I feel
Hello!
bad for the washerwomen that we left behind.
Wow, yeah. That was interesting.
What?
Your audio is
What
not synced
happened?
up, so your response came way late after I did the countdown. Hello, everybody, by the way, we're live.
Oh, I thought he knew we were live. I thought he was just doing that.
No, I wouldn't think
No. I would try not to interrupt unless I'm just...
that was Zoom being very unsynced today, and hopefully we
Zoom
won't have
has
that.
been very strange.
Hopefully we won't have that problem again. I'm going to do the intro. My name is Corey, and welcome to the Dead Unicorn. We're playing Vallanthia. It's the Open D6 system. I'd like to thank our patrons scrolling in the upper corner. If you'd like to join them, we'd love to have you become a part of the order, and then you can vote for your favorite character. I am here with Tarek, Matt, Sarah, and our Game Master, Howard, and I'm about to reveal the winner of this week's poll, and the winner is... It's a three-way tie between White Ape, where is it? Esri, Tom, and myself, who I play White Ape. Sarah plays Esri, and Tom is played by Matt. So, it's up to the Game Master to choose between those three. And
Sounds like we only had 3 votes.
Probably.
Hey, I drove to
No love
Austin to
for
get you a
Erda.
desk.
We need more patrons for more voters. Come on in, guys.
Actually, I think I'm trying to remember who's gotten one more recently, whether it was Tom or it was Esri. I know White Ape's gotten one kind of recently.
Yes, I have. I got one last
I
game.
think I got one more recently than Tom.
I think Tom needs it.
Yeah, I haven't had a vote for me for a good month or so. So
All right, so Esri it is. No, I'm just kidding.
Esri gets it. Okay, that's fine.
Everybody's like, yeah,
I
it's
see
definitely
the-
Tom who's had the
I see
longest.
the
That's a shame. You're into the girl.
favoritism.
So, congratulations, Tom. You get yourself a character point. Character points are great for adding extra oomph to your roll. And you, the patrons, help that happen. If you find any part of this live stream interesting, dramatic, funny, hey, do the hashtag DU Shorts and give me the time code, and I'll make it into a little clip or part of a compilation. I love doing these things for you. I think that's it. I think we're ready to go. Howard, it's your game. Let's do it.
When we last left our heroes, they were bravely running away from the demon that they unleashed upon the Light's Peace Asylum. They had managed to just escape as the game ended, leaving the demon and its many risen warriors behind, as well as several innocent people, although they did rescue a couple. Let me double check.
I did my
Pretty sure you
best.
did. Yeah, you rescued 2 women.
I did.
Yeah, you rescued 2 women.
Prisoners.
2
We
crazy
rescued
women.
prisoners.
And everybody else were like, we need to rescue more people. Yet they didn't as they ran through past the cells. They did not do a single one.
I wanted to. I really did. But the demon was really close to where I was, and I, did
totally
not want to
understand.
get caught.
I do not begrudge anybody for just getting
Anyone
out of
hear
there.
Yeah, we hear you. You're just like on a weird delay. I don't know what's up with your computer, man.
My computer should be fine.
Sometimes
Well-
it's synced, sometimes it's not.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe it's you.
okay,
Maybe
like-
you are actually delayed yourself, like you're having a biological issue and you don't realize it, and we just assume it's the computer because that's such a weird concept. But you're stroking it.
Oh,
is
good
what's
God,
happening.
no! And I start aging really slowly,
You
and
need
then
to-
fast, and then to get back to my youth, it's like
So you're gonna Benjamin Button.
You need to see a doctor or a type.
like just keep on the yo-yoing between old and young.
You need a
Okay,
a doctor.
I think the reason is
or
is
you
because
need-
my father is watching Netflix.
Right.
So Matt, you either need a doctor or you need the doctor. I'm not sure which.
I think I need Doctor Who.
What was that?
Is that Tarek?
No, was that?
Yeah, that was Tarek.
Yeah, doing weird alien voices.
It was
Well,
a
we
Dalek
escaped.
voice.
We escaped the demon. We did
You
it.
did
Technically,
escape the
Daleks
demon.
are-
So that's where game is starting, is just outside of the Lights Peace Asylum in the alley behind the church, which I didn't map out the alley behind the church because it never occurred to me that there would be necessarily combat there.
Of course, there'd be.
But
combat
right at
there.
the moment, there is not. And Sarah left. Bye, Sarah. We'll miss you. Well, right before that, Tarek left. So when she gets back, I think it's now
And then
Corey's
Older
turn. And then-
lands on Esri.
Oh, I'm sorry about leaving earlier, by the way. That was my dogs started barking at the door because there was somebody who came to our door to drop off something. And so I wanted to get them out of the room and away from the microphone.
Well, we're in an alley. We're not in the church.
No, and that's probably for the best. They don't like it so much when you come tunneling up in the middle of the church. But no, because of where you tunneled up, you'll notice that there's no structure on the map. The asylum was beneath the church, and you tunneled beyond the asylum and then up.
They wouldn't like it if you came tunneling up to their church. Oh,
Yeah, they're funny. They also don't really love it when you let demons out.
that's what I was thinking.
But they don't all know about that quite yet.
All right, White Ape. All we need to
And
do
they
is-
never
you
need
do-
to.
All we need you to do is earthbend the entire church above the asylum and squash everything.
I would love to, but I'm gonna take a nap, and somebody needs to wake up Erda because he's dying. Erda, are you okay?
Am I dying?
You're unconscious.
By
I
the way,
know
I
that
said that
for sure.
You were knocked out, but I think you were alive.
Yeah,
think that
I
you were
was healed, but I
enough.
was still asleep. Okay, that's
Right, you were just incapacitated, but you were brought up to incapacitation by our healer, Airdrek. So you didn't get to make that roll to avoid falling asleep when you go incap because you were already asleep. That makes sense?
Completely
Understand?
fair. Yes.
Okay.
100% fair.
My camera keeps like slightly and slowly turning to one direction. I'm trying to get overturn it so it'll more slowly maybe turn. I don't know. It wants to
what
rotate.
needs-
Yep, see, I called it. Corey left next.
So what needs to be done is to have an exorcist and give an access to your camera.
Corey is literally
looks like
walking
Corey's
through a
just
dead unicorn.
Yeah, he's having way too much fun with his green screen.
I don't think it's set up for I have a green screen. I think it's just unicorning everywhere.
His
His
beard
hair
is
and his beard.
His microphone is unicorn.
I like
His-
that it's his beard.
His display case is unicorn.
The center of his eyeballs really is the
Are also
creepiest.
unicorn. Yeah.
There you go. So, for the moment, you may have a reprieve, but you're not real sure when the. Oh, he's back.
I think
we'll
that
let
worked.
Corey fixes it because that's a little distracting. That'll do. Okay. Just off in limbo with the unicorn. Nope. That's weird again.
Don't worry about me. Just continue the game. Why is everything but the green being a green screen? The green is perfect.
It's pretty strange.
Your face is freaking me out, Corey.
What's that about, man?
Your eyes. They're not.
Yay!
There we go. Now everything's all right. Except
So,
for
if
what's
anyone at home
outside the
thought
window.
Corey had an awesome poster, he does not.
The disappointment is palpable.
All right, so as I was saying,
Just the giant green rug.
for the moment, you might have a slight reprieve. You don't know how long it's going to last, but you do know that the demon was last going down the wrong hall, the dead end, area that doesn't actually go anywhere yet. He was likely to turn around and come back, but he didn't actually, as far as you know, see your secret getaway. Whether he'll keep searching for it, whether he'll search the rest of the labyrinth and kill everybody else first, what his goals are, you don't know the demon's goals. You just know that for the moment, you and the demon are not in the building together. What are y'all going to do next?
Tom would like to make a suggestion, and hopefully White Ape will listen. We need to go tell the church that there's a bit of a problem down in the prison, and we need to send as many exorcists as possible.
Yeah, that sounds
As he
great.
says in Terran.
Yeah, that sounds great. I love it. Or like seal it up with a mystic barrier seal. I don't know. I'm not an expert.
I wouldn't know how to do any of that myself, but I say time is of the essence.
Right. Rudel. Wait, Erda. Is Erda going to be okay? Did somebody check his pulse?
Just like this.
Somebody help my friend Erda.
Erdrick
I'll
just looks at
carry him.
y'all
Just give me
and says
some-
something that nobody here understands because he speaks reptile.
I look at the two women that I saved, and I'm like,
Do either of you have smelling salts?
right.
I'll carry Erda until we find medical attention, or medical help.
I get off Rudel and I say, just drape him over Rudel, and we'll.
All right.
I knew one day I'd get to ride Rudel.
Well, you got to ride in his mouth.
Like a
And then
chosen.
he hopped an Erda spitball.
Okay, we'll go to the temple and warn them. I don't think it's I should be talking. Esri, maybe you should do the talking on this. You were the guard.
Yeah. What are we telling them exactly? I mean, we don't want them to know we set a demon loose.
That there's a demon loose? They should know that there's a demon loose. How that happened, just beyond me.
Good plan.
Yeah. How
Play
that
dumb.
happened and who this guy is and why that guy's asleep. Who knows?
Okay,
And
wait.
how are we going to explain the escaping prisoners?
That we didn't want them to be killed by a demon, so we let them go.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to be big fans of that, but okay, we'll go with
Well,
that.
considering that everybody that the
everybody's-
demon kills becomes part of their his undead army, I think they'll be okay with that.
Oh, Seeley.
I guess that's
just wanna
fair.
Point out one thing. Have the other two girls like run for their lives at this point yet, or are they still like obediently waiting in the?
You know, that's a fair question. The woman that has yet to actually speak to y'all, she's going to, if you are not stopping her, she's just gonna start going. She's gonna go. Is anybody going to attempt to stop her?
She was the one who was scrolling weird pictures on the walls.
Yeah, and whenever she did try to speak, it kind of.
Yeah, I remember that. No, like they're free as the wind. I hope they, use their new freedom wisely. We got a much bigger problem.
As y'all are discussing
Sure.
it, the other woman will be watching, will watch the other leave, and then she's just gonna slowly walk away.
That's fair.
And once she gets like a good 30 feet away, she's gonna book it. Because she's not sure what's going on. She was aware of the demon. She is free. She didn't really want to live down there, so
That's fair. I'd do the same thing.
So here's the problem. We have this guy and he only speaks reptile, but we can't bring him in with us because he's had the demon inside of him. And yeah.
What?
Tom, I have a great idea.
What is it?
You should, since you're not great at talking and stuff, and he can't talk, you two should just go back to your room at the inn. And Esri will do the talking at the church and I'll be there, and maybe they'll heal Erda, and that'll be nice. But someone needs to he's got the information we need, so we need him.
Interrogate him.
And make sure you can't interrogate him. He speaks lizard man.
Hasn't Erda been studying that?
Erda's
This is
unconscious. Tell him just keep him safe. Just keep him safe at the inn.
So I'll reply in Terran, of
Urda won't be
course.
unconscious forever. Take him with, and he'll wake up eventually.
So I'll go ahead and lead like Rudel with Erda on top, and then I'll lead also the reptile back to our inn.
He's not a
Inn
reptile.
rooms.
He's a regular human. He just speaks reptile.
Oh, my
He's
bad.
also hideous, if that helps any.
I don't know. Is he a reptile? What is he?
No, he's a human.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh, okay. All right, so I'll go ahead and lead him back to the murdered squirrel and try to see if I could speak with him at all.
Make sure he doesn't escape. He's the
All
entire
right.
reason we did this.
He tries to talk to you. He looks inquisitively at you guys, and
I'm surprised no one just like slept.
nah, weep, Greta, whip me on.
Give him an energon treat.
Grum.
Yeah, bow, weep, granop, weep, ninny-bon, and then you give him an energon treat. Yeah, that's how it works.
And then you get eaten alive by Sharkticons.
No, then you get the help of the Junkions.
Depends on which planet you're on.
It
Because
really
they tried it on
does.
both, I think. It's been a couple of years since I've seen that.
All right, off we go. We both got our assignments now, I think.
On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road. This is Rudel walking.
Okay. So, to be clear, Tom and Airdrek are separating from the group. The rest of you are planning to go and talk to the church, go via the front door.
Yes.
All right. So, well, we'll start with you guys going to the front door of the church. Church is closer than the murdered squirrel by far.
Is it
All
the
right, well, knock on the door.
Yes, that is exactly what's going to happen. He's going to turn out that they were both demons. One was a demon possessing another demon. They were like a Matryoshka doll, isn't that what it's called?
Yeah,
Matryoshka. Matryoshka.
Oh,
Matryoshka.
oh,
Well,
all
it
right.
depends on what language you're speaking.
Matryoshka.
He's telling you the Polish version. I'm telling you the Ukrainian version.
Or the
Matryoshka.
devil turducken.
That's the Russian
There
version.
you go, the
Matryoshka.
devil turducken. All right. So meanwhile, at the church,
Yeah.
y'all
What sort of kinky stuff are you guys thinking
y'all
about?
make your way around to the front. There are
Bubbles.
2 guards posted out front, just kind of standing there. They see you approaching. It's middle of the day. It's not abnormal for people to walk in. The guards are just there just to show that they're present. One Azure Order and one Crimson Order guard. Neither of them really say anything as y'all pass by unless you make it a point to talk to them.
Quick question. I'm looking at my notes, which I did not make as clear as I should have. Valthier, was that the guy who sent us in?
Valthier Thornheart. Yes, that's the dude.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's what I was wondering. All right. Go ahead.
All right. If you like, I can bring up the church map, but I don't think we're doing combat. I don't think you're going to go straight into combat in the church. It's like, whatever, kill
Oh,
everybody.
no, I'm going to try to talk to
This
them.
campaign's going down.
Hopefully they will not end in combat.
I'll
Hopefully.
point a crossbow at their head and tell them they're bad at their job. Go from there.
Yeah, that worked out so well last time.
All right. So, yeah, you go in. It is daytime. The church is very well lit. There are a lot of large stained glass windows. The last time y'all went really into this, that I did the description for it, it was like the middle of a blizzard, so it was pretty dark in the church. It was being lit by candles, but in the middle of the day, the stained glass windows really kind of light the church up in like a multitude of colors. It's really very beautiful in there. There are people in there praying. There are people out in the what is the word for it? Dang it. It's not bleachers, pews. People are in the pews.
Right.
Bleachers. Come on, parade.
Go God! Woo!
You got the little flags on the
Little pennant.
sticks, the big foam finger.
They got crosses on them and stuff.
And they have those like noisemakers. Bum 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 bum.
Oh, Vuvuzelas.
Yeah.
Oh, the Wuzellas.
Yeah, Vuvuzelas.
You do see there is a man behind the desk where I think it was the Archbishop was sitting that one night when you all went there. There's a man sitting there that you don't currently recognize, but he is well adorned, so you would guess that he is someone either high up or just some random rich guy in robes decided to sit behind the desk. But most likely it's a high up in the church, and he is wearing red robes, which would indicate he's probably from the azure side of crimson side. I forgot what colors are.
Valthier was azure, right?
Right.
Okay. I will go ahead and walk up to the guy in the crimson robes who looks like he's in charge.
Okay.
And address him.
I should also say there is a man, in the next room where the actual pews and stuff are, there is a man in the actual pulpit who is wearing white robes with white and yellow robes.
You mean he's not color coded? Damn it.
He's the
no.
He's the
He
Yellow
is not.
Rose of Texas order.
Yellow robes of Texas? Yeah. All right, so you go speak to the man behind the desk.
I will, yes.
All right. He's a very heavy-set man. You would guess him to probably be in his late 30s, maybe even 40s. His facial hair is a little thicker than mine, very unkempt, kind of like mine at the moment. But and he's got the beginnings of the receding hairline. And as he looks you over and yes, can I help you?
Yes, could you tell me if Valthier Thornheart is here right now?
Yes. I don't believe he's in the building at the moment. If you tell me what it's pertaining to, I can have a message relayed.
Actually, our business is a little more immediate. Who's in charge here?
Well, beyond, of course, the light itself, the preacher in the pulpit is probably the highest ranking member of the church, unless you're looking for someone in the Azure Order like Valthier himself. I don't really know what you need.
Someone in the Azure or Crimson Order who could help us. We have a rather immediate situation on our hands.
A military matter. Yes.
A military matter? Well, is it a military matter that requires the church, or do you wish
Yes.
to go have an audience with the king and where the military
No,
is?
sir. This
This is a matter with spiritual implications.
You probably would be seeking the Azure Order then. If there is evil supernatural magics about, that's their thing.
Yes.
Exactly.
Who could we speak to in the Azure Order right now for an immediate audience, or an urgent one?
Well, maybe if you told me what we were talking about.
an immediate demonic threat.
Immediate demonic threat. Well, there is a fellow that can help you. Hold on just a moment. He looks thoughtful for a moment, and he sees no real sense of urgency, no matter how y'all might be feeling at the moment.
We noticed.
It's like, well, let me think. Oh, I do know who'd be around today. His name escapes me. And now at this point, my page is doing the spinning blue circle thing. That's annoying.
So he's not just blowing us off.
No, at the moment, actually, it's Windows blowing off.
Come on,
Sounds about
Windows.
right, yeah.
Don't you know our sense of urgency? Load faster.
Kinda.
Windows doesn't care about your stupid problems.
All right. Johann is the first lieutenant of the Azure Order. He'd be the man you need to speak to, and he gives you directions to his office. Here, and he'll snap his fingers, and another guard in red will immediately like come attend, and he's like, "Please direct them to Johann's office." And then he just kind of goes back to relaxing and reading his book, which is not a biblical tome in front of him. Of course, only one of you can read. The one that can read.
Yes.
The tome that he's reading from it says something about a name you don't recognize. It's Valamir's Adventures at Sea, and he's reading an adventure novel.
I get the idea. I grabbed the guard, kind of not quite by the scruff of the neck, but kind of like by the arm, and I go, "You need to take us there urgently, quickly."
You do that? He starts to reach for his weapon out of surprise. He's like, "I will, lady." God.
Okay.
He's also a little freaked out because someone who looks like a living shadow of a woman has just grabbed him.
It's very urgent. Please, quickly.
All right. He will respond with a little bit more urgency than the man behind the desk did.
Good.
Because he's not a man who's used to being in power and not caring about the little ones. So you are kind of guided through the maze to an office. There is no doors on most. There's a lot of doorways, but no actual physical doors in most of the rooms. And you get to the office, and like the others, there's no real door there. There is a guy sitting behind a desk eating a sandwich. He has ridiculously long blonde hair that covers half his face, and he looks extremely relaxed. He's eating a sandwich, and he's got a big drink in a mug in front of him. He sees y'all coming in, and he's like tries to like brush the crumbs off. And
I'm just gonna burst into the room and go, "We need your help. There's a demon on the loose."
Oh, okay. So in the building?
Yes.
What? Seriously?
Seriously. She's a guard from the asylum underneath the church.
Yeah. Oh, he looks at the blue sash you're wearing. Oh,
right.
Yeah, right. Okay, so there's a demon in the. Did you say? Yeah, sorry. Did you say it was in the asylum? Right. All right.
Yes,
there's a
and
demon
he's
in the
murdering
asylum.
He's murdering everyone as we speak. We need your help.
Fine. He looks at the guard next to him. Goes, gather as many soldiers as you can. Azure and Crimson, let's go. And the guard just runs off.
Every time he has killed a guard down there, they have risen as part of his undead force.
Are you saying we shouldn't take more guards down there because they will just feed the demon's army?
Is
saying
you should take.
No. If this is a prank, I'll
Sir?
put you all in the
we're
asylum.
very serious.
We're trying
He's
to
been raising the dead as he kills them.
We're trying to make sure you understand the situation so you can take whatever precautions are necessary for that.
You know more about this sort of thing than we do.
If there's like a magic talisman or
flips
prayer
his
that
long
stops
blonde
that.
hair out of his face, which looks like a Pantene commercial for a moment.
He looks like Fabio.
Amazing. No, he's not quite as built as Fabio. Fabio's kind of like ridiculously muscular. It seems like I remember him being kind of.
It may be the best to just simply seal the. I hate to say it, but it might be best to just seal the asylum and make sure no one goes in or out.
Unless you have some way of banishing the demon to another realm.
All right, so you're a guard down there, is that correct?
Yes.
And you are?
I am a contractor. I was working to expand the asylum. I was able to get everybody out by using my earth magic to make a hole for us to escape from.
Oh, you're from the college.
Yes,
The whatever you call it, stone sculpting, whatever.
that's correct.
Very well. Let's go. Looks around. He gets up and he pulls his blade up off of a plaque on the wall. Well, clearly, he doesn't normally just keep it on him, and kind of like blows the dust off.
I will actually say to him, is there some way to just banish it and save the people down there, or
Banish a demon.
send it somewhere else where
Oh
everyone
yeah.
will be safe?
All right. All right. Nope. I remember this. To kill demons, you're going to want to use magic, or if somebody has the ability to banish it, that means they've been practicing demon magic already. I don't know of anyone that has that power otherwise. But to kill them, you need either magic or a very rare type of metal called true silver. You don't have any true silver on you. Anyone?
No, I don't know what that is.
Right. Of course not. All right. Well, I do know where there's one piece in the building. The father at the pulpit told me once about a cross. Not a cross, sorry. About a holy symbol that had a piece of true silver in it that was used for that, like a legend thing. Maybe he'll lend it to us? I mean, this is really happening. Because, again, if this is a prank, I will put you in this asylum.
It's a very dire situation, and I pound on the desk as I say that. A very dire situation.
Fine. All right, and he gets up and he's got it ready, and he looks out and he's like, "Follow me, then," and he will lead you back out to the pulpit, to where the father is. All right. When you get up there, the father is actually in the middle of like a sermon. That's the word. And he's talking about the light and it's how its blessings make the grass grow and make the crops grow and feeds us, and it feeds the animals that also feed us, and blah 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 blah. The sun is good.
Blah blah blah. Yeah, we
Really,
get the idea.
it's not hard to make the argument that the sun's a good thing.
Yeah, right. Makes
So
everything
you find
live and grow.
that people are very much for this. They're like, yes, he shows why is the sun is good. Yay, sun.
I mean, it's just science. What did you say? Hang 'em.
Exactly. I'm glad you understand. All right. So he takes you to go see the father. The father is in the middle of the sermon. The father looks over as he's being interrupted. Is everything all right? Actually, Father, we need to speak to you over there. He points off to like a side room away from the pulpit. And then he looks out the audience. Johan goes, "So everyone take this moment to revere and bask in the greatness that is the light." And he indicates the big stained glass windows with the light pouring out. And just really meditate on what that means. And he just says, y'all go back over to the side room.
Pass the collection plate. Pass the collection plate.
Right.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yes, do that. and one of the young altar boys starts passing a collection plate. And y'all are down in the side room talking to the father. Father Nedry, these people say that there is a problem in the asylum beneath us, the Lightspeed Asylum, that there's a demon loose. It's killed the guards and risen them again as the
undead.
Is that correct?
Yes.
And I was wondering, you once mentioned something about a holy symbol that had a piece of true silver in it. The father's like, oh, yes. That staff there. He points over, and he's got a staff himself that he's walking. He's using it kind of like a walking stick. He's an older man. But the staff he's pointing to is much bigger, much more ornate, probably only for like really big things. It doesn't look like it's a weapon of any form. He says, just twist it. So Johan runs over and goes, oh, hey, look at that. And he pulls it out, and essentially the staff turns like those sword canes, and he pulls it out, and it has a long, thin blade, about yay long, maybe like 1.5 feet, and it is very shiny.
I say that little thing is gonna work against a giant demon.
Well, the legend that I was told is that the true silver is a metal that can damage a demon that it can't heal from.
Yeah, remember he kept regenerating every time we injured him.
Oh dear, that means the at least part of the legend is true. They do heal. Good to know.
Yes, very quickly. We
I-
kept hurting him and he kept getting better.
I threw a rock at him. It was a
Nope.
big rock.
Oh, Batman the Animated Series joke.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
one.
All right, so here, I guess I know how to wield it. He holds it basically like a fencing sword that's a little bit too short to be a fencing sword. It's
The
also a little
demon's
bit
gonna
thinner.
eat that dude alive, isn't he?
I don't know. I haven't rolled the dice yet.
Okay.
50-50.
If this little tiny thin dagger is our best bet, I guess we're ready.
Oh, you should also believe in the lights, say your prayers, and believe in the lights. That is
Right.
what the books say.
Right. I look at the
Esri's
pastor.
just shaking her head like, oh my God.
I
oh
look at
my
the
God."
pastor. I look at the priest, and I say, Father, can you lead us in a prayer real quick? We kind of need it.
Certainly, certainly. The light be with us on this day as we gather in your ambiance and we appreciate the gifts that you give us. Amen.
Okay, Howard, just so you know, Esri's done with this talk about the light. While they're praying to the light, she sneaks off to go pray to the darkness.
The shadow's just like, this is a bunch of bullcrap is what this is.
Esri's just like, what the heck? I'm not going to pray to the light.
All right. Well, if that's it, I mean, I don't feel any different or anything, but I guess we're good.
Faith is the requirement to understand and believe in the light and have the blessings of the light. Know that the light is with you, even in the darkness.
Right. I'm great. I'm
Not how
yes.
that works,
The
but
light.
okay.
Let's do it. Oh, I hope this works.
Yeah, really.
We got a tiny sword and some words. We're gonna kill a demon.
The elderly priest takes his other staff and walks back out there and begins explaining to people that they need to go ahead and go outside for today. That the church is going to be cleaned.
Closed?
Cleaned. He says cleaned, and he starts telling people to leave. And there's some grumbling, and people are looking confused. But he just starts shepherding them out. And as for you guys, as y'all start heading back down there, I'm going to switch over real quick to Tom and the sleeping Erda and the not too conversant Erdrick. Tom, you're pretty much in charge of this group. You
All
know
right,
where they're
have
going.
Have I led them to the Merv Squirrel yet, or not quite there yet?
If that is your goal, there is nothing stopping you from getting there. So yes, you can be at the Marine School.
All right, so we are just going to house Erdrick and Nurse Erda to the best of our ability, back to health, or at least let him rest until he recovers.
All right.
just
Erdrick
love
is
the
like
idea
excitedly
of-
trying to explain something, like he's not understanding this plan of leaving. So he's like, that's going to be like every language that y'all don't speak from here out through the campaign is just, even if it's like some dainty little girl.
It's like, when that girl grow a beard? All right, so Tom is gonna try to ask if Erdrick speaks Terran, so at least he can get some footing, because this is like his first time interacting with Erdrick.
He like is quiet for a moment and stares at you, and he goes, "I remember."
So Tom thinks,
After a moment, though, a woman that you recognize comes in. She is a reptile.
ah,
Convenient.
all
Convenient.
right.
And she looks over and says, "Oh, uh, he's saying that there's a demon loosened beneath the." And she describes the Light's Hope, apparently, or Light's Peace asylum, but he doesn't know what it's called.
Mhm.
But she says there's a demon loose beneath the church.
Oh, yes.
And then she repeats some of his words and then says, and then repeats it to you. She doesn't speak Terran. She's speaking
Common.
Vallantian or
Vallantian, that's the word.
okay.
Vallanthia.
Vallantian is the trade language, is the common language, but I don't refer to it as common. That's kind of a D&D trope.
Yeah. Okay. So like I'll try to speak in broken Vallantian, trying to say,
You do remember the bard here that was the reptile, right? That y'all
yes,
helped?
yes.
That's who
Like
this is, so that you're clear.
he like I would assume that Tom just sort of flags her down a little bit and says hello before converse.
Well, she was in the other room, but she heard someone yelling, "There's a demon beneath the church." So
And
she
I would
came
get
out,
your attention.
realizing that she was the only one that understood that because it's reptile, which nobody else around here speaks but her.
Convenient.
Well, you did take this guy to a place where there was a reptile that you knew. I'm surprised it wasn't on purpose.
It was an accident, in all honesty.
But of course, it wasn't on purpose. That would be expecting too much.
Hey, convenient. But Tom will try his best to ask if Erdrick has any plans or what his intentions are. What is he saying that he needs to do?
She kind of relates what you said to him in Reptile, and then looks back to you. He's saying that the demon. She says the demon is a big red monster whose name is, if I'm going to try and say this right, Valrukar. That he's raising the dead, and that you need to stop him before he gets loose, or the whole city's in danger. She looks very puzzled, like, is this really happening right now?
How do we destroy him?
She looks back at him and she says all that again, says what you say to him in Reptile. And then back at you, he says that he knows that there are symbols that can send him back, that he's learned from Valrukar's mind. Does that sound right to you? I mean, I understand the words he's saying, but I don't. He sounds mad. Like this, what he's saying sounds crazy. This couldn't really be happening.
No concern on your end. Just need to understand him and at least give him time to rest.
I love how Tarek's role playing being passed out.
Tom implies both what was it? Both Erdrick and Erda to rest.
Well,
You wouldn't happen to know of a healer around, would you?
healer.
To help
Healing.
my friend.
No. No, I don't know anyone that can heal people. Is that a thing? Healing. Keep in mind, and you would know this even though you're not familiar with all societies.
Mhm.
You are aware that healing magic is not a common thing.
Oh, okay.
There,
Doctor then to correct
You know,
yeah,
myself.
Tom could try to get him to write down the symbols. Just saying,
Oh,
that
he
might be
could if he
helpful.
thought
I
of
was
that.
I
All right.
like I'm
Yeah, don't
like
kibitz.
like I was considering it as well. I just kind of slipped my mind during the conversation, but thank you for the reminder. Metagaming. But anyways,
Oh, I finally found it. Sorry, I've
so
been searching and searching for her name. It's Trabella. Yeah, I had to really go back to
Trabella.
like 8
Oh yeah,
episodes
you're
ago.
right. That was her name. I've
Mhm.
forgotten that too.
It was really far back in the notes.
Before
But you did go to the place where she's staying.
Mhm. Before
Yes,
anything,
indeed. We
so Tom is trying to continue. Before anything, could you tell him to draw or write symbols on paper?
She looks at him and in reptiles, blah 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 blah, and he's kind of nods and he says something, and she says, "Sure. Do you have paper?" She looks over your body. Is you do have like a leather like vest coating over your body because it says you have armor on your character sheet. But she doesn't really see a place where you're keeping like like a scroll case or anything.
So I'm gonna try to get a little inventive with my Mycene pod magic. So knowing like I've felt scrolls before, right, and parchment. So maybe what I could do with my pods is like try to create like a thin have them create like a thin layer of like parchment like texture that can act like scrolls or like parchment.
How about this?
Hmm?
Why don't you make a mushroom, and on the underside of the mushroom, it's super soft and spongy and absorbs pressure so that it just accomplishes the same thing as writing.
You're like
in
writing into
mushroom.
the top, like using your fingernail on the top of a mushroom cap.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Yeah, might as well.
So you like make a mushroom and do this and show him, and then you may give him some fresh ones. And if you look at your character sheet, you actually have ability to let you do that without a roll.
Uh,
It's sort of like a toolkit thing that you can do with your Mycene pods. The actual original use for them, if you weren't constantly using them with your Verdant Keeper abilities.
okay, I'm trying to remember. Like I'm looking under special abilities.
So yes, you can do it, is what I'm telling you. But if you'd like me to tell you where on your character sheet, give me a second as I pull it up.
Please, I appreciate it.
All right, under special abilities, let's see. I see the skill bonus, infravision, unique ability. The Mycene unique ability, rank 1, 2 points. The Mycene can grow fungal pods and stems at will from their bodies to do things like pick locks, create fungal versions of small things they might need. It's under special abilities.
Okay.
You don't see that, or?
Hold on. Additional limbs, verdant keeper.
All right, no, go to special abilities. At the top, the first thing is skill bonus. The second thing is infravision. The third thing is unique ability. And the unique ability says the Mycene can grow fungal pods and stems at will from their bodies, do things like pick open locks or create fungal versions of small things they might need. Wound won't stop bleeding. A Mycene fills it with fungus and makes a medicine roll as if he had some sort of medical kit handy. This power can be used to. Sorry, it's hard for me to read just because you have that the little tiny box that you have to keep scrolling through. But it says power is used to replicate a variety of tools, but does not empower the user with specialized knowledge regarding the use of those tools. In other words, you can make a medical kit, but it doesn't give you a bonus to your medicine check. You could make paper, but it doesn't teach you another language or how to read, or even you can't.
Okay. So I'll just make a paper-like thing from my body.
Yeah, basically,
so
like in this case, I think it would probably most likely be like the top of a mushroom. Like you just grow it and then use that cap to like a round piece of parchment that you can draw in with anything that can apply pressure, a fingernail, a fork.
I would like to make an announcement about the Mycene tablet.
I mean, you can.
It has all sorts of
functionality.
We're still working on the touchscreen capabilities.
iShroom.
And the iShroom Pro, like 3 more inches in size.
Not the
All right.
size that matters. All right. So he looks a little skeptical, and you see her look at it, and she talks to him a bit, and he kind of nods, and he starts making the symbols into your Mycenaean pod papers that you make him. You can keep growing them. It just essentially you can grow like one every like round technically if you were in combat, but you're not in combat, so you can just keep as he's drawing, you grow an extra one for him for the next one. And all said and done, you now have 4 caps that have symbols on them.
Excellent.
And she says that she looks at you and says, his name is Erdrek, and he says that you need to put these around Volderek. What was his name? Anyway, you have to put these around him. And you have to, it sounds like, if I understand correctly, you have to say these words, but he's saying the words, but I'm having trouble. And she says the words, and you realize that some of what he's saying isn't reptile. It's actually from the demonic language, because he's literally had a demon living in his head for years. But she tries to teach you the words. For that, you're gonna have to make an intellect roll to remember them.
All right, I will.
Bella is not volunteering to go into the dungeon to help you stop the demon.
Couldn't he just write them in his? Couldn't he just write them in his own language phonetically?
He could. Well, he could write them down, but Tom can't read reptile.
No, I'm saying in his own language, phonetically, sounding it out instead of, so that he knows how it sounds and remembers.
Oh yeah. Oh yes, Tom could do that. Yes.
Yeah, like
Yes,
make
that's what I was
make a like a Terran like sort of like what the Japanese did with Romanji, like where you have Roman symbols spelling out their native. No, Romanji. Like it's their version of using Roman characters to make.
Yeah, it's everybody does that when they're translating one language to another if they don't use the same alphabet. You just use your alphabet to come up with an approximation that makes the same sounds when you say it out loud.
Exactly.
And since you're hearing that, and if you start doing that, writing them out yourself, yes. It would help though if Esri, who's not in the sea, would stop telling Tom how to do things.
It was just a question if it was even possible.
Is it possible for Tom to think of his own plans? Good question.
All right. Fair enough.
It's like my brain cannot fill in all this information. Outside information is useful. All right. So like also to help memorize the symbols, could I be able to just replicate them under like the artist role?
You don't have to memorize the symbols. You have them. They're written. They're on those things you made.
Yeah, well, just in case those.
If you'd like to memorize them too, absolutely. That's an intellect check. However, you would have to spend time studying them. How long do you want to do all this?
I'm going to assume that maybe an hour would be at least would be the maximum I can spend, if at all possible. And like I'm still watching over Erda as well too. So like in the meantime,
while you're doing that, the dwarven owner of the murdered squirrel, co-owner, because him and his wife both own it, will come over and start talking to you and ask, what happened to your friend Urdu? Kind of like pokes at Erda and seeing that Erda is definitely non-responsive.
Come
on, Urdu.
Oh, I wonder if I can make like the equivalent of smelling salts using my body or pod. Like okay. I'm pretty sure mushrooms can make some sort of scent.
Well, yeah, you can make basically that can be your justification for a medicine kit that you are growing out of a pod, but you still need to make a medicine roll to try and awaken Urda.
All right. I don't think I have a medicine skill anywhere, but
Then straight intellect.
joy. Okay.
Put on your thinking mushroom cap.
Yeah, it's. Well, I'm definitely spending that character point.
Wake up, Erna, come on.
All right, come on, buddy.
You got to make it spearmint flavored, otherwise I'm not gonna wake up.
All right, so that you know. Oh well, you already rolled it.
Sorry, man.
Okay. All right, you're at a 9 right now. What do you want to do? Do you want to keep spin another one, or you want to stop?
Would would he wake up, or would I need to meet?
You don't know the target number. It's kind of like a gamble when you do
Okay.
these things.
I'll
But
try.
on average, the target number is mostly 10 to do. If it's a 5, it's to do something like kind of simple.
Mhm.
To wake up an incapacitated person is probably harder than a 5. So it might be a 10. It could be a 15 or a 20. You don't know because you're not a doctor. You don't know how screwed up this person is.
I'm gonna spend another character point because we need Erda. All right, so make another D6 roll.
It's good to feel needed.
Oh,
Yay. All right. That gets you to 14. You stopping there?
Yeah, I'll stop there.
Erda,
Hey,
you can roll to wake up either a stamina check or a metal check. Stamina, physique, or metal charisma.
Wait.
As
I think-
medicinal
I think
stuff has
we
been
all
applied to
know
you to
the-
wake you up before you're healed.
answer that question. 11.
All right. The target number was only 10 because you had help. And you start to come around and you smell something that is absolutely repugnant. And this scent has filled your nostrils and it's in your lungs. And you're just like,
Arby's. Oh God. Oh, it's Arby's. Oh.
It's Arby's, exactly. Extra special sauce.
You don't want to see how it smells coming out the other end.
Why would we? Don't even bring it up. No one wants to imagine that. The Arby's shakes is what they call it.
You you find yourself in the murdered squirrel with the reptilite bard Trebella present, as well as Erdrek and the dwarven innkeeper. And I don't feel
Did you-
looking up his name. It's there somewhere.
What's his
Are
name?
we in hell?
Murdered squirrel.
Same
How
difference.
did we escape?
Come on, the
Yes.
tavern's not that bad. People think that the nailed up
White-
squirrel's pretty funny usually.
White ape made tunnel for escape. Having trouble speaking
We
with
left-
Erdrek.
We left the demon.
Getting help with Azure Order.
We have to go. We have to go back. I
He
stand up and like, oh God, that hurts. Okay.
You're still down 3 dice. You're still at incap.
Yeah. like I help steady Erda. Hold on. Need doctor.
Oh,
Erdrek is attempting to help.
there's my things.
Like, yeah. Do we have Erda's?
Yeah, my stuff has
belongings?
been here the whole time.
Okay, just making sure. Just making sure. I was asking the DM and you.
Y'all
It's
can have
never-
whatever's on your character sheet. I don't care. Unless you specifically said I leave this somewhere else. It's on
Yeah.
you.
I pull my satchel out, and then I pull out a healer's kit from it, and I open it up and start medicating myself because I am actually trained in medicine.
So that you know, to heal wound levels requires a night's rest.
Yeah, I know, but at least
Okay.
I can improve the rate at which I can heal myself, right? Naturally over time with the medicine check.
Yeah, you can do
Be
that.
sure I can- yeah.
But to do that, you'd still have to be resting, not like getting ready to go somewhere.
Oh yeah, of course. But I'm still gonna like wrap
But
up
you
my
can-
bloody
Yeah,
wound
you can
and like
you can clean things up. Clean out your wounds.
Yeah.
Reduce your chance of infection, whatnot.
I have a specialty in stabilizing, but I don't think I need to be stabilized at this point, right?
You're not stabilized because you're not. You don't need to be stabilized because you're already stable. You're awake.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't need.
If you were, it's when you're mortally wounded, like bleeding out and about to die,
Yeah.
and people are rushing up. That's stabilizing. Or like in D&D when you're doing those 3 death saves.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's when you get stabilized.
that's what I figured. I just wanted to make sure.
All right.
All right, so I'll roll my medicine check. Liddell, 14. Not terrible. I'm hoping that'll be
You
good
feel
enough.
like
to
you've done a
just,
good job cleaning up your wounds and it looks better. Just remind me of that next time you're about to spend the night resting, and it will affect the target number.
Okay.
I'll make it far worse because you rolled like crap. No, I'm just kidding. You're like, I'm sure it'll be better if I rub raw chicken on it. That's how you do it.
Yeah. Raw chicken and dirt always worked for Grammy.
Bring the leeches.
Spit on it.
Well, how do you think I get the dirt to stick? Of course I have to spit on it.
Someone find the pus bucket. We need to give him some extra pus.
Ew.
I remember hearing
It's all about
that in my
balancing
Texas
the
history
humors.
class.
I just need to bloodlet for a couple of pints and then increase the amount of pustules within my body. Sooner or later, the balance should equal
All
out.
right. Meanwhile, back at the Lights Peace Asylum.
Ooh.
Back with
So,
the not crazy.
Based on what you told him, he didn't want to take he wasn't sure whether he should gather a huge army or a small army or no army. And so what he decided was to gather as many people wearing red sashes as he could. Because he doesn't have to face them tomorrow. Or if he does, they'll be undead.
Makes sense to me.
All right, so and Johan, by the way, is wearing a blue sash. And you'll have 4 guys with you that are wearing red sashes. They've got their swords out. He tells them to be sure and carry lit torches in their offhand. Not because it hurts the demon. He says, if he remembers correctly, fire has almost no effect on them. But one of the things that they like to do is plunge things into darkness. And none of us can see in the dark. As you look around, and all these people are human, except for, the PCs, which I have no human PCs.
I think there's some more information we should impart before we go down there.
It gets worse.
Oh, yeah. Look, I know you already are skeptical of what we're saying, but he made a red mist that made some people lash out in anger, in fury and rage. So that could happen to you. Just fair warning. These things have a lot.
That is some more esoteric knowledge, so I'm going to have to roll to see if he knows what that is. Give me just a sec. I don't know how long it's been since we played, but it feels like forever. I'm like, I don't know how anything works anymore. Although he is a lieutenant, and this is his ballywick, so he should be all right. Let's see. All right, that's a good roll. Okay. He goes, red mist, red. Yeah, I have heard of the mist of madness. That is, it's blood madness, something like that. It creates a blood rage. I've heard some stories. And I remember reading
this
about
stuff was blood.
Yeah, it's like a blood in the air.
I was in there.
He looks at you, and all of your clothes, by the way, with the exception possibly of Esri, except for her sash, do have like a red tint, like you like they went through the laundry with a red hat or a red sock, just. And they look wet because you've been walking through that red mist.
Am I gonna be okay?
If you haven't succumbed, I think that it's a good sign, but doesn't mean you can't succumb later.
Okay.
But it's good to know. We will all be focused. He looks around here. Remember, focus. repeat the prayers and the chants. I don't. He looks at you and oh well, Esri actually looks like one of the guards, so he's just treating her like a guard. But he looks at
As
you.
far as he knows, I am.
Right. It says, I don't know what you believe in, but whatever you hold to be most important to you to remind you of who you are should help you to keep your mind well within the mist. That is what I remember. So while we can focus on our prayers to the lights, you should maybe focus on, I don't know what you believe in. Is it a stone thing? Do you talk to stones?
I do, but they're more like friends. I love my mom.
Think about your mom.
My mother. She's really great. She's
constantly. I don't know what your relationship with your mom is, but constantly, just maybe if you just imagine that your mother's watching, your mother you want to impress her. I don't know. You need to.
I can do that. Yourself. I'm there.
Steel yourself, because essentially my understanding is the mist tries to confuse you on what's important, and you could succumb. Yes. All right. And you and your little party y'all are going to be coming in at if you go to the map here at the top, there's a room. Yeah, there it is. You see where somebody's pinging, so y'all see it.
All right, I'm moving to the map. Boom. Yeah, I'm gonna be in the back behind all these guys, and I might run away non-heroically again, depending on what happens here.
Do you have Rudel with you, or are you leaving Rudel somewhere else?
Rudel was with Erda.
That's right. Rudel went to the tavern, so no Rudel.
No Rudel. I'm Rudeless. I'm a ship without a Rudel.
There you go. Let's see. Airdrake is at the tavern. Who else we got here? These people ran away. Taking out the tokens I know aren't there. I'm not moving the other tokens around because I know you can see them, and that seems unfair. Yeah, that looks right. And then I need to give you 4 red guys and a blue guy.
It seems like a
very what?
Very army, if you ask me. Like, not enough to like kill a demon.
No, we have a tiny thin sword. We're fine.
Right.
And some words. We have words. We've done it.
Well, basically, what you're dealing with is you have a group of vampire hunters who haven't actually dealt with a vampire in years. Maybe the current members haven't actually seen one at all, as far as you know. But they've heard the words. They know what they're supposed to be doing. All right, that should give you enough peoples. There we go. Let's turn these guys that they are facing y'all, and this guy too.
All right, is it blood red mist in here?
Yes, the mist still exists. As y'all come into this room, there are no bodies on the floor, although people did die in this room because those bodies got up and left. And there you go. I've just placed you anywhere in the room because the room's not that big. If you want to rearrange yourselves, I don't care.
No, I'm fine. That's a good place.
Alrighty then.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not in a hurry to get up close and personal because I'm pretty sure that if I show them my shadow magic, they're going to burn me at the stake.
All right. I don't want to overlook something that you said earlier, Esri. You said you wanted to go make a prayer while they were talking?
Yeah.
Are you going to use the same method as before and attempt to flatter and persuade?
Yes.
Okay. Make that charisma persuasion. All right. You go into the darkest corner you can find. I assume you did this before you actually entered the building, right?
Yeah, I was saying that I actually was trying to do that while they were doing their prayer.
All right, that's how I remembered it, but I wanted to be
Yeah.
100%. All right, so you kind of go find a dark corner while he's trying to tell everybody to chant and pray and all that, and explaining to White Ape how to focus on his mom, perhaps. And you talk to the one that you focus on. You make your pleas, and then you hear a whispered voice from the darkness. Say, I am here. What do you need?
I need help with an adversary who wants to destroy me.
This adversary is the demon within this catacomb they call an asylum?
Yes.
You're already free of the demon. You could just leave. But if you insist on being the hero, then the magics that I provide you are strong against demons, especially those that affect its fear. For those affect the mind. You will not heal those as fast.
Can you
Beyond
offer
that,
me anything else to fight him?
Yes. I've already given you something. The daggers that you produce that are made of pure shadow are made of pure magic. They are more effective than any blade, except maybe the one carried by that fellow there. It would be on an equal level. The demon will not heal that either.
So should I attempt to use my weapon, or should I attempt to frighten him with his fear?
That depends on how you feel about your own abilities. If you feel more confident from a distance or up close. In other words, he's telling you whatever roll is higher is probably what it's going to be more effective, whether it be the dagger or be the
I figured.
shadows.
Gotcha. Okay.
But he does assure you that basically your stuff,
My stuff works.
Your stuff will get past. Essentially, he'll explain it to you. Actually, since you rolled high enough and you're having a conversation with him, he's going to explain to you that the demon basically is cutting in half all the damage that comes in from regular mundane effects. And although what White Ape does is technically magic, but the magic lifts up rocks, but they're still rocks. They're not magically created. They're just magically moved. So he's cutting all that damage in half, and then he's healing it every round. But your stuff is not healing.
Gotcha.
And it's not cut in half.
Okay.
So you just need to focus on attacking. He's telling you don't waste what you got, because you're one of their best damage dealers.
Got it. Okay.
In this situation.
I will thank him and praise him for his magnificence.
All right. Of course. He sounds like he knew.
He knows he's fantastic. Yeah.
All right. You are at this point. You are all inside in that room, and I guess I need to know where you want to go. I wish I knew how to do the dynamic lining, but I have never bothered to learn it, and we're mid game, so I'm not going to learn it right now.
All right. How close do I need to be to use my night terrors?
Your night terrors. It's if you go to the handout on casting magic. Which is under the newspaper looking icon.
Right.
There should be one, how casting magic works. I'm sorry I didn't come up with a cooler name for that, but it's very simple. For range, the base effects are 0 range or touch spells. But the range of a spell may be extended at a 5-point penalty per range increase. In other words, if I tell you you need a 10 to hit, that's to reach out and touch someone and give them a nightmare. But if short range is up to 10 meters away, and you'll need a 15 instead of a 10. But if you're combining things, like you want to increase the duration and the range of an effect, then that would add 5 for both. Does that make sense? Essentially, the more things you do to try and add, the more difficult it becomes. So if you want to do a base effect at short range, it's you need a 15. If you want to do a base effect at range, but also have the effect last for an extra round, then it's going to be a 20.
Okay, so what if I just want to get close enough to do the damage, but like be just out of his range? What would I need for that?
That's short range. That's out of touch range, but within 10 meters is short range.
You said that's a 15?
Right.
And for 10, I would need to actually be like within touch range.
Yeah, you should actually have to touch him. I think I've been actually letting y'all get away with 10 at short range, which is incorrect. But it should have been 15 the whole time.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get into short range then. So that's within what, like 5 squares of him?
Yeah, 5 squares is 10 meters because each square is 2 meters.
And how much can I move each turn? Well, you said I could put myself wherever.
Well, wherever in this room, yeah, but he's not in the room with you.
Oh, you're talking about the room where we got in. Gotcha. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Not just anywhere within the labyrinth. I choose to.
Okay, so we're at one end.
Plot.
We're at one end, and he's at the other right now, right?
You don't know where he is in this place.
Gotcha.
I'm not going to move the markers because I don't want to tell you what's going on with them.
Okay.
Actually, I will move them. I'm just going to delete them, and as you go, I will make things appear. Because I don't really need to use the dynamic lighting for part of this because y'all are all familiar with the layout of the place. You just don't know what else is happening. So I'm gonna.
Okay. So if he's not in the immediate area, I'm just gonna follow the Azure guys and stay behind them until we see the demon.
All right. That. Okay. All right. The Johan will take the lead because that is his job. He doesn't seem like a bad sort so far. He does seem like was not expecting to be called upon to actually do anything. This is all very surprising to him. I'm just going to start setting up the order, but if y'all want to be in a certain place in the line, let me know.
I'll. Oh God, the rear might be bad too. The dude can. No, I'll bring up the rear. I'll definitely do that.
Okay. Then if that looks good to y'all, I'm going to leave it like that. If you want to change it, let me know.
Works for me.
All right. Is this a wall? Oh, that's right. I think he destroyed that wall.
Yeah, he broke through it. So there is pieces of a wall.
All right. There's rubble. Okay. So that is your marching order, and it looks like I'm in the lead. So as we go, perception checks are pretty much on me. I'd rather it be on y'all though, but it's not. So, okay. It's based off his acumen and his search roll. All right. He gets to right here, and I will filter one of the guards in behind him. And he stops and he puts a hand up, holding a torch because he's got a torch in his hand. But it looks like he wants y'all to kind of hang back for a sec, and he cocks his head. He leans back, and y'all can kind of make out his voice. He's mostly talking to the guard behind him, but you can all kind of hear him. And he says, "There's something happening in the kitchen. I can hear something moving around. I don't hear anything else yet at the moment." And then as he takes a step forward, he slips a little and stops, and he looks down and he goes, "Whole floor is wet. Everyone watch your step." And he's right. The whole floor is like just greased with this red liquid,
Ew.
which you now know is blood. And he starts for the kitchen. He gets this far and says, and then looks back and informs everyone, that the gate is still on in the kitchen.
Is the chef there? I ask.
I don't see anyone, but I can hear something.
That's him. That's for sure him.
All right. What are y'all doing as these guards?
I pull out the keys. I have the keys. I have Ezri's keys.
Okay.
I grabbed them from Tarek, or Erda, who had the keys. I passed the keys up.
They have their own keys.
Oh, okay, good.
I mean, they're guards. They would have. He would have got keys to the asylum. I'll give him credit for that. He's not completely incompetent. I guess it could be something, and he will reach out and start to unlock the gate unless anybody says anything. And this gate here is now open. Is anyone amongst us really stealthy? Want to go look ahead?
I could go.
Okay. If you'd like to maneuver your character around the group and
Do I need to make any kind of check or?
yeah, it's I believe it's agility stealth.
I get like a bonus for my race though, right?
Yeah, let's see. You have a +1 to dodge. You have 40 agility, but dodge, stealth, and something else is at a +1. Let me see.
Okay, so am I rolling stealth?
Yeah, just click your stealth, and
Okay, gotcha.
if you want to cast magic on yourself, or use your blur ability or something like that, that is up to you, but that will change things.
Okay, then yes, I want to do that if they'll give me a bonus or whatever.
Let's see. Actually, I think the blur ability might be what gave you the +1. Let me see. Let me look at your special abilities for you real quick. Yeah, your race gives you bluff, charm, and persuasion. Or no, that's probably from your template, not your race. That makes sense.
I'm looking too. Hang on.
Yeah, it gives you a +1.
+1 to
the
stealth.
blur. Yeah.
Okay.
You have a skill bonus of dodge, stamina, and stealth at +1. But then if you activate blur, you will get another. Let me see.
+1.
Yeah, it says another +1. I'm trying to tell if it's. It looks like it's just +1, not a +1 die. So you can basically raise your
just
stealth
+1.
by
+2.
point. Yeah, make it 40 +2, and then roll it, and then put it back to +1.
Gotcha.
I'm sorry that
okay.
you have to. I'm sorry that you have to up it and down it, but that's just how the character sheet on here works.
No, it's fine. I understand. Yeah, I gotcha. Okay, let me roll that then.
All right. You stealth ahead. You want me to move your character? Or are you going to do it?
1 second. Let me go back and change that before I forget. Change it back. Okay.
Oh, also that one is on the wild die. Let's see. So that took away the 6. So you are at 4, 5, 6, 7 right now.
Oh, that sucks.
That does suck. Oh, hey, you just got a point to stealth though. Do you want me to put that on your sheet for you?
Yes.
All right. Cool. Learned from your mistake, assuming you survive.
Right, exactly.
It's not very helpful when you don't live.
I'm just going to sneak along the walls and the shadows and apparently be not as sneaky as I should be while doing so.
Yeah, it looks like. Glad you understand.
All right, I need to click on my character's name in order to activate the token, right? She's not.
No, can you not move the token that's on the screen?
It's not. No.
Okay, then let me delete her, and you can drag your name over,
Add her
and it'll
back
turn
in.
into another one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably because you put her in there.
I may have put her in there for you. I don't remember. So
You
probably.
did.
Okay.
It's okay. And she's working now. Thank you.
All right. So the kitchen is over here. So you know.
So I will go try to attempt to sneak into the kitchen. I think I'm being sneaky, I guess.
Well, you are. You are definitely being sneaky. The question is whatever's in there, assuming something is in there, more. Oh, sorry, wrong button.
Observant than I am sneaky.
Yes. Yes, that is essentially it.
Did you delete me again? Oh no, there I am. Okay.
No, you did that.
I did that. Okay.
All right. So you sneak into the kitchen. You look around. You can hear that the noise is coming from over this direction. Where you're standing now, I would say you do not have line of sight on whatever the cause of the noise is. Oh, also the gate that is here is currently open.
Gotcha.
I'll give you that much. You can see the open gate.
I guess I will go right here since that's where I have to be to have line of sight, since I'm just kind of sneaky around the corner.
All right.
I'm like peeking around.
Let me get back to my big thing of tokens and bring out the token for that. Oh, hey, his name is on the token. That's very convenient, so I don't forget it.
Does he like throw a knife at me as I peek
No.
around the corner?
No, the 7 that he rolled, his back is to you. Actually, he would be this way. He is hunched over. It looks like the form of the chef, based on what you're seeing. His clothes are soaked in that red liquid, just like all of y'all are. Oh no, you're dead. Oh, you're back.
I didn't mean to do that. I was trying to figure out, I'm trying to remember how to turn her around.
Click her once, and when you see the little blue boxes all around her, there's one that's kind of off to the side, like a frying pan handle. Click that one. And
Got it. Okay. Yeah, I found it. All right.
There you go.
Thank you.
All right. So yeah, his back is not completely to you. Like you can see a little bit of the side of his face. It looks like he's over something. You hear sounds like
He's eating?
maybe.
He's eating human flesh.
Yeah,
Do I
that's what
have
they
to
keep in the kitchen is giant piles of human flesh.
do I have to go closer to see what he's doing?
I would say basically from where you are, because there's like a little outcropping of wall
right.
right there. You'd have to at least
So-
move to your left or forward. All right, you went forward. So, all right, at this point, you're fairly close, but no, he rolled really crap. So, and you're a shadow. So, no, he keeps eating, and you can tell it looks like he is munching on meat. Like that's where there's like a lot of raw meat there that they normally would take over to here and cook.
Okay,
He's
so
eating
does he look like he's had any severe injuries, like he might be a zombie, or can I tell?
Search.
All right.
Acumen or acumen search, whichever you got.
I have search.
Hey,
Oh man. He
you,
looks fine, good and healthy, right?
you're not sure. You're like, well, maybe he's just back there like eating his lunch because he's stuck in here, and maybe he's like just leaning over the food like to hide. You're not real sure what's going on with him.
All right, I'm gonna make sure I have a shadow dagger ready in my hand just in case, and I'm gonna inch closer to investigate.
Based on what you specifically asked, though, no, you don't see any injuries. You don't there could be blood on him, but you think it's probably from the mist. You don't see anything that indicates he's been like hacked up and he's back up or anything.
Yeah, I figured that I have no idea what's going on based off of what I rolled.
All right, so what do you want to do?
Shadow dagger in hand, just in case, like at the ready. I'm gonna inch a little closer to take a better look.
Okay.
That's really close. Okay.
That is really close. He is totally justified in getting a new roll.
And can I tell what he's doing now?
You rolled a 14, and I got a 1 on my wild die. Look at that. Yeah, no. Based on the dice, you saddle up almost right next to him with your dagger, like you're ready for trouble. And you
Mhm.
realize as you get all up close to him, um, he looks bigger than you remember. You've talked to this man face to face, and
Right, yeah.
he looks physically larger than you remember. Like his clothes are like tight fitting, like they're about to burst off of him. And he is definitely eating just piles of raw meat, just scooping it up into his face. And he is so intent on it. And there's just like this gore and guts and stuff running down his face. He is so into it that he has no idea you're standing next to him. And there's like stuff on his nose, stuff in his mouth, stuff all over his beard. His eyes are like super wide and just they look wild. He looks very insane and he looks huge.
So is it like, do I need to roll again to see that maybe he's a zombie or?
He doesn't look, I mean, you're standing next to him. He doesn't look wounded. He looks bigger and he looks, and he's eating raw meat. You can decide what you want to do with that information.
Yeah, that doesn't seem normal. I'm going to go back to the party.
All right. Sneak away. You don't have to re-roll because he never like
Paid
broke your
attention to begin with.
So sneaking back over there.
Yeah.
Johan's like looking all anxious. He's got his little like, you know, pointy sword thing. Well, is everything okay?
No.
I was gonna run, but you never gave a signal.
The chef's in there, but he doesn't seem normal. There's something very wrong with him. He's eating a bunch of raw meat.
Johan thinks about that for a moment. He reaches a hand out and he pulls the gate closed and relocks it.
Yeah, I think we should stay away from him. That doesn't seem right.
I mean, I hate to judge, but
I mean, it's
Definitely something off about him right now.
I don't know what to do with that information.
never want to yuck someone's yum, but gross.
It's not just
Who knows?
raw
Maybe
meat.
he's on the Atkins diet.
It's not just raw meat. It's also peanut butter and bananas on it too. So,
Oh.
Hey, I'll have you know, there's nothing that can't be improved with peanut butter and bananas. All right, so you have that description. What would y'all like to do next? I mean, Johan will give ideas out. He is technically the leader of the group because that's his literal job, but he is an NPC, so PCs get a voice. NPC guards get less of a voice.
I don't suppose there's somebody in the torture room.
Johan look at it, thinks about it for it. No, it's an interrogation chamber, and I mean, yeah, but you know, make it sound bad. And
Don't call it
as
that.
far as I
Doesn't
know, we
sound
don't
as
have
cool
any
when you
new
say it.
intakes, and we don't have anyone that needed to be questioned. So
All right, I'll
that
go up
doesn't
to the
mean there's
door.
no one in there.
I'll go up to the door. I'll take a peek inside.
All right. Make a search check.
Sure. Boop. Acumen. I really need to buy some search.
It's a super useful ability.
I made a 10.
Right. But no wild dice screwing you. It's an actual 10. All right. The room looks empty. There's nothing really happening in the room. However, with a 10, yeah, you hear like it sounds almost like maybe the sounds you would hear of wild animals, like in the distance, something you're usually pretty familiar with. But it sounds kind of echoey and strange, and you look and there's that grate that you know there's like a sewer or something under there. It sounds like it's coming from beneath the room, that there is just like something kind of echoey, and there is whatever's down there is too big to be regular rats. You don't know what's down there, but you're hearing a noise. And it's coming
Guys,
from beneath this grate here.
I think we have a problem.
But there is a grate. It is down at the moment.
I think we have a really big problem. There's a grate that leads to a sewer. If the chef got really monstrous from being in this blood mist, and the blood is going into the sewer, are we gonna have monster rats attacking the city?
Great.
Johan looks around and goes, I mean, maybe?
Okay, I walk
Not
into
really
the
prepared
room.
for this.
I walk into the room.
Okay.
I need to seal off this grate. I'm just gonna like whoop the stone and seal it off so no more of this blood mist gets down there.
All right, so that you know, even though it's not perfectly centered into a square, we're going to say it's about a 2 meter by 2 meter square.
Okay. Can I just like put a wooden table over it and that would do as well of a job, or?
I mean, yeah, you can move furniture if you want. That's a lot easier than casting magic.
Sure.
This thing's kind of heavy, but you could probably easily get a couple guards to help pick it up and put it over there, and they'll do it.
Here, let's seal off this grate, guys, so the damage is less. Yeah. I hope the demon didn't escape through this grate. He can teleport through the mist, I think. I don't know. It's weird how he
I
moved.
put a square on it to remind me that it is currently covered, even though that square's not filled in.
Okay.
I don't know how to fill the square in. More squares.
Just put more and more squares on it. There you go.
That works.
You can actually make a filled in square if you wanted.
Oh well, I already did that. Or y'all drag furniture over it and you cover it up. So, oh, nice. That actually looks like a table. Well done. All right, moving on. Y'all have cleared a good section here. This would be where he'll head next.
Okay.
Unless somebody says otherwise, I'm assuming Johan is in the lead. If one of y'all wants to change that, let me know.
I do not want to be in the lead. I am very afraid of this thing.
No, Johan is welcome to sacrifice himself. Go for it.
It almost killed my friend, and I do not think I can kill it at all.
See, I've used Johan in this exact character in a similar campaign that I've run before, and I would be sad to see him die because he had a lot of character growth the last campaign I ran.
And don't kill him.
It's not up to me; it's up to the dice gods.
Well, technically, it's Tarek who killed him. It's Tarek who's killing everyone.
All Tarek's fault.
Damn you, Tarek.
It's just growing pains of growing into your necromancer lichdom body. There's a lot of changes that go on internally, externally.
Soon you'll be noticing dead flesh where there was not dead flesh before. This is totally normal.
You may find phylacteries hidden about your home territory.
And then eventually, you will be called a lich.
Yeah. Skeletons may be showing up at your house at unexpected hours of the night.
Remember, when they come, use protection.
At this point,
Weirdos.
he's going to turn and ask y'all, what do you remember about where you saw this monster and his army last?
Well, we were running from him, and we escaped in the very back part of where the prisoners were being kept.
He looks at you kind of puzzled. How did you escape then?
We were doing construction there, and so I simply moved the earth in the place where I was already using construction to make an exit.
Oh,
Don't worry, the demon doesn't know about it because I sealed up the way and it looked like a regular door. He was confused and I don't think he knew it even existed.
okay.
It's like a secret area I created.
So, based on what you're telling me, guess we go this way, and he points down this hall.
That's the last place I saw him.
All right. All right. And meanwhile, we will cut back to the other group. You guys, we'll assume they've been slowly making their way through this, trying not to be ambushed or murdered, and everybody's trying to be stealthy. So we'll assume that you guys are packing up your stuff and ready to head on back. Do you want to do anything else before you start making your way back? That'd be Erda, Tom.
I'd really like to try to heal myself in some way so that I'm not incapacitated.
Well, unfortunately, the best a doctor can do is take care of you and help with natural healing.
Yeah.
They can give you huge bonuses to your healing checks as you heal, but it still takes a rest. Magical healing in this world is very rare.
Wouldn't
Erdrick has magical healing.
Yeah, wouldn't Erdrick...
He already used it though to heal me, and he's already injured.
Yeah, and you've already figured out that he
Yeah.
hurts himself when he takes injuries from you.
Yeah.
Although we find out, it seems like I found out something else about that last game, and I wanted to make
But it wasn't as severe, the damage he
Yeah,
took.
it wasn't quite as bad as I thought it was. And I'm trying to look it up again. Because I thought it was like straight up. I think that I initially wrote it to be a lot worse, and then I was like, "This is awful," and I made it a little less horrible. So let me see.
But you said that he was going to sacrifice himself for us, and then
then I found out he didn't actually
wasn't as
have
hurt
to.
as you thought he was.
So let me get back to. Let's see.
Yep, that did
No, not
happen.
weapons.
And
Natural magics. There's alchemy, astrology, bards, and restorers. Here, restorers. All right. So you're incapacitated.
yeah, I'm 1 into incapacity. I'm at 9, I believe.
It says, if the target is incapacitated, I will roll my physique, stamina, difficulty of 20. And if I succeed, that means the target moves from incapacitated to bruised. Successful or not, I will take on your pain, and you are now wounded until after your next round. If you are already wounded, move yourself 2 up the chart. He is currently severely wounded, so yeah, if I heal you at this point, I will become incapacitated.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not as bad as it used to be, but it's still kind of bad. Like it's a limited amount of healing I can do before I'm. And while I might have been willing to risk myself to save you to stop the thing, at this point we're not in combat. Saying, "Oh yeah, sure, I'll just die and hope you don't run away."
That's fair. Here's what I do. I grab my weapon, my actual weapon. I have a long sword apparently now, but I grab my actual sword, my personal sword, and I use it to walk to help steady me.
Actually, you know what? Let me think about this now. Success being target moves from so now you take on. You are now wounded until after your strength. If you're already wounded, you move yourself 2 up the chart. He's not wounded. He's severely wounded. 2 up is mortally wounded. Yeah, no. So no, I don't wish to move myself 2 up the chart. That would be very bad. I was gonna say, if it would only make me incapacitated, like we just trade, I'd be down for that and just not go with you. But no, that's to leave me mortally wounded, and I don't want to die. So no.
That's fair. Yeah, that's totally fine. I honestly don't mind, but I do grab like I said, my sword, and I start moving toward the door. And I go, "Come on, we need to go. They won't be able to wait." Did you ever discover his name?
Are you talking to Tom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on, could you repeat that?
Did you ever discover his name?
I'm trying to remember the name like out of character. It's
If you wrote it down, I'll tell it to you. You said you wrote it down, right?
no, I didn't. Like a
Oh no,
dunce.
you wrote
I
down symbols.
I wrote
Yeah.
The
down.
names, the words, the chant that you have to say with the symbols.
I wrote down
Actually,
the
his name is amongst the things that you had to memorize. So yeah, it's Valrukar. Whatever
Valrukar.
symbols you want to make up for that, you can write them down if you like.
V
It's
A L R
Valrukar.
U K R, right? Valrukar.
Valrukar. Yes.
Yeah, I did write it down actually when you said it, immediately when you said it. But I was like, I don't know. I gotta wait till somebody actually says it to me. And then hopefully they spelled it right. I thought that was gonna be a whole big challenge.
Well, since he made it a point to write things down, including the chant that needs to be said along with the symbols, then yeah, essentially, using this is like using a little piece of magic from somebody else's college. So you're not real sure if it'll work because it's not a thing that y'all should be able to do. But you do have all of the information down.
Well, that's good.
And I'm telling you that because you specifically are the scholar. You would have enough scholarly knowledge that it would be almost a simple role for you to know that. For you to cast magic from someone else's college, you would. There's no way you should be able to do that. Go ahead and make a scholar check. Actually, I can probably explain more.
You want me to do a scholar check?
Yes.
Or would my specialty come into play?
Is your specialty specifically for your branch?
For
of the
my
school?
style of magic, yeah.
In this case, I'd say it still applies, so you can use it.
Oh, shucks. So 11.
Ah, stupid.
Oh, wait, no. 9,
Well, it's
10,
more than
11, 12, 13. 13.
Yeah. Do you want to spend more dice? You stopping at 13.
I have one character point.
You want to save that for the combat with the monster?
I kind of do.
Or you
But
can
it
split
seems
now.
pretty
It's up to you.
important to know about whether or not I'm going to be effective against it. So I'm going to spend the point.
All right, cool. Roll
Hopefully
that
this
die.
will work. So
Okay, so here's this very, very important piece of information that you needed to know. No, you absolutely cannot cast this. What's happened is, Restorer magic. All of the natural magics don't use mana; they use one of your other stats. Restorer magic uses physique, for example, as you use your pure stamina to withstand the pain and for someone else. But you can only have one type of mana-based magic. Initially, Airdrek probably was not in a college. He was not a normal caster, but he did use natural magic. But he's had a demon living in his head like a partner for quite some time and has inadvertently learned demonic magic, rune magic, which means the only person that could properly cast the spell he described for you is Airdrek. But he doesn't know that because he's not an actual scholar. He's just had somebody thinking thoughts in his own head. And that person or demon does use rune magic. So he had the knowledge, but he didn't realize that he had to do it. So it's very important that you made that roll, and I'm really glad you did.
okay.
It's also really good that he didn't knock himself out to help you. So yes, for this plan of y'all's to work and using the runes, you need Airdrek to go with you and be the one to actually say the chants.
Okay, so I say that exactly. I go, I believe that if we could possibly utilize the memories stored in your mind, Airdrek, about the runic magic, and I'll say this in
Reptile?
Reptile, yeah.
Yeah.
Then perhaps you can trigger the latent powers within you and create the magical effect through the chant. Unfortunately, I do not believe I will be able to do it. This is something.
I'll give you this also. It's something else you would know.
Okay.
You can enlist other people that have any type of magical knowledge to aid you in casting a spell. It's just sort of like them lending a hand and essentially giving you a bonus to your roll. They can't cast it themselves, but it's sort of like if you have extra special materials, you get a bonus to your roll. that also works with helpers. So since you have these materials that Tom made, Tom, since he memorized this stuff and has these materials, and you as well, could both ritually cast this with Airdrek, giving Airdrek a much better chance of affecting this spell that you put together.
Okay, I will. That's a great ass plan. So I think we have an awesome plan, and I say, all we need to do now is get to the asylum before it's too late.
All right, and y'all will be probably discussing this en route.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. We'll cut back down to our other group who are off to die before you get there.
Prison.
All right. As Johan is still the leader, I guess I will have to make another search check when he gets to this point here. Let me filter the guards in after him. That's not where I want you. Oh well. The guards phase through walls. They're clipping. They're cheating.
I mean, hexes.
Yeah, hexes don't always line up either. It's not that important. I could readjust the entire size of the building and make it fit the squares.
We can just use this ruler to just move the amount of feet we want.
It's fine. Anyway, I need to make his check. That was pretty decent. All right, he stops at that point. Actually, yeah, that's fine. He'll stop at that point and raise his torch up and his other hand, like to indicate to everybody to hold back, even though he's holding a torch and a cane sword thing. He points with the sword to indicate that he's hearing stuff from here and here. And this guard relates it to this guard, who tells this guard, who tells this guard, who tells you Martha is old. Because you know how the telephone game works. No, that's not right. They eventually tell you that the first two cells definitely have noise coming from them.
Yes, we weren't able to get all of the people out of here. So the first two cells have inmates. They should be locked, but they can reach through the cell bars, so be careful. The second two cells should be empty. And then there in the last hallway, the last two cells in it should also have people in them. I don't know if they're affected by the mist.
All right, they pass all that up and eventually get it right. So this right here, he'll relay back that it looks like there's some sort of growth over the cell wall, the cell door. But this one doesn't appear to have that growth, but it does appear to be closed. And then he will move up one and peek inside. He will attempt to be stealthy, because that's what you do. Actually, before he moves up, he'll ask if our resident stealther would like to be the one to stealth up there.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I have no idea what the growth is over the door because he did that on his own.
That's true. You don't know. I guess you might not have seen the fungus.
I do not.
So,
Where exactly am I stealthing to?
in front of Johan, so this area here, to see what's going on in these two cells that you have to walk by.
All right. Hopefully I'll roll a little better this time. I'm going to go ahead and do my magic again.
I was going to turn your character so she's not backwards, but every
That's
time
fine.
I try, okay, there it goes. It was putting that little thing, that little joystick looking thing, icon over the point that you needed to turn, but I managed to finally get it. All right. So go ahead and roll
All
your
right.
stealth. Hey, all right. So 13. You don't have to worry about stealthing by these guys. They all just crowd up against the wall to let you by. You are now here.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. You can roll search to see what you can hear. Like I said, there's still a fungus wall growing over this.
Yeah.
You can without a search check. I'm going to say that you can hear it. There's a weird munching sound, not too unlike what the dude was doing. The chef
Oh
was
boy.
doing. And you see a little bit of movement against the wall. Your best guess is that feral dwarf might be back there, and he may be eating the fungus wall. But hey, you know what? Eating a mushroom isn't near as weird as raw meat. I've eaten raw
So
mushrooms.
what is if I do a search check, what is that for?
Search is just basically to assess the situation, and it's your investigation, your perception check, that type of thing. All right. So, like I said, based on that roll, you're pretty sure that the feral dwarf is trying to eat his way out of this mushroom thing, but it's a huge amount of mushroom, but it doesn't completely cover it either. You're being stealthy, and he'd actually be at a disadvantage. He'd be at an even higher target number to see you through it. So I'm not going to bother to roll; it's not worth it. But yeah, he's got a huge wall of mushroom in front of him, of growths in front of him, sprouts from mushrooms, and he's tearing at him and eating them and just munching away. With that roll, you're having a hard time telling if he looks larger or different than normal.
Got
Because
it.
you only see it's sort of like if somebody's on the other side of a wood picket fence or something, you can see parts of them through the pickets, but you can't quite make out their whole form. It's kind of like
Yeah.
that right now. So he's there. You kind of know he's there, but you can't really tell if he looks different than normal. And then looking this way, it's much easier because it's just regular bars. You do see that woman, so I can put her token back
Which
if
woman
I
was
can
it?
find it. I'll tell you in a moment when I find her token because her name is on her token. There it is, Root.
But I mean, who was she?
She is a human woman that has never really done anything other than sit there and just kind of drool and stare like listlessly. I think that's a word. She did have blue tattoos on her face, but she's never really done anything. Right now, though, when you look at her, she is laying completely back on the ground, still not moving. Well, like she isn't like physically active, but there is movement. Like her body like spasms and jerks, and like when it does, sometimes you'll hear like her hand slap against the stones or something. But she's moving, which is more than she did before. But she's not really doing anything like standing, walking, talking, none of that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she looks like she might be having a seizure, maybe.
Okay.
We'll assume that they knew what seizures were back in this time. Why not?
There's clearly something odd going on with her, basically.
So that's what you see. What do you do? What do you say? So on, so on.
I'll go ahead and go back and report back to them.
Okay. Well, Johan's like right behind you. You can just tell him.
Okay. I'll just relay what I saw.
She might need help. We should go in cautiously, though. And he has his weapon out, and he looks at you like, "Are you ready?"
Yes.
All right.
I'll nod to him.
And I think I heard Corey earlier say he gave you back the key. Was that right?
Sarah?
Oh, did you give me
don't-
back the key, Corey?
I didn't give you back the key. I was just like, I have a key if the people need it. So I did not give you back the key. I can just pass it up if you want, though. That's fine. Or they have keys.
Johan has one. I was just trying to determine if you had one, because the person with the key is probably going first.
I still have a keys.
Okay. then Johan will move up if you say you don't have a key, and he will unlock the door
Okay, that works.
and step inside, and then wait because he said we were going to go in together.
Okay, I will go in with them.
Okay. As y'all approach, you can see that she is definitely convulsing. It is a little bit disturbing because again, it's not like she's looking like pain, like she's like help me or anything. She is just staring randomly around the room, and her body is convulsing. And as you get near, she kind of stops convulsing, and then it's like her body settles for a moment. What do you do? Move up guards.
I guess I will move slightly closer to try and investigate.
Corey, you moving up, or do you want me to move you up?
No. Yeah, I'll move myself. I ain't...
Nah, screw them.
No, seriously. All right, I'll move up to block the guards from retreating.
Well, you can.
Okay, so what happens when I'm
say it
closer?
'cause you didn't think of it. Oh yeah, I forgot to say it. This door. Don't forget that this gate here was blown completely off by Riddle.
Yes.
I think this one was just opened. I don't think it was broken down. All right, so this door is open. She's just laying there. Are you going to inspect her, offer medicine check or anything?
I don't have medicine.
What? Worst adventurers ever.
I'm a soldier. The medics are supposed to do that kind of thing.
I can't turn him. It's doing that thing again. There we go. All right. All right, Johan will do the medicine check.
Yeah, good.
And moving up my soldiers. And open my die roller. Medicine is intellect based. And he has 2 intellect and 1 in medicine. So here we go. 12. It's actually not bad. He doesn't have a kid or anything, but he can make an assessment. So he leans over and he's like checking her. He like touches her hand and he goes, she's alive. And he's like touching her wrist. And then like he puts a hand on her head. And he like feels her forehead for a moment, and he kind of waves his hand in front of her eyes, and there's no reaction. And then, all of a sudden, her body explodes open, and things come out at you. Ha 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 ha! So, that's really happening. I'm not joking.
Neat.
Oh, okay. Gross.
Oh yeah, super gross. Let's see. Everybody in the room. Let's see. Will be affected, so it's just you 3. 2 guard. Johan,
good.
1 red guard, and you. You can. Let's see. It's not really there like a regular combat. So I'm gonna have you roll dodge, or unless you would like to do something else. You see something happening. Is your first instinct to dodge, or do you have some other way of protecting yourself? Or are you just like, bathe me in your attack?
No, I will probably try to dodge.
All right, go ahead and roll. Believe dodge is under agility.
All right.
Johan and the guard will both roll. Johan has 5 dice.
I do have dodge, 4. Yes.
Oh, the other guy has a shield. I think shield gives a dodge or gives a bonus to that somehow. Let me double check what shields do.
Oh shit, I don't
shields
have
do
dodge.
A thing.
Please tell me that was a good enough dodge to avoid whatever just happened.
That's a pretty good roll.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did re-roll the 6 for you. Yeah, that's cool. Hang on. Let me double check what shields do for my guy real quick. But yeah, that's a really good roll you made. It adds to the armor value. That's what shields do. Oh, shields are really nice. Y'all should all go get shields that are not made of metal. All you caster types. That would help you a lot. Oh my gosh.
All right, good to know.
or make a shield out of shadow. Do something.
Can I do that?
Yeah.
That's
why
a
not?
thing? All right.
You made solid objects out of shadow before. If you can make a
Good
pickaxe
point.
out of shadow,
Yeah, if I can make a dagger out of shadow, I'm sure I can make a shield out of shadow too. Good
if you can
point.
dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. All right, so as a medium shield, so it adds 2d plus 1 to his armor value. Doesn't affect his dodge, will affect his soak. All right, so here's what's basically happening here as this happens. The essentially what looks like large worm-like larvae that are red in color come bursting out of her body and spraying all over all of you. All wiggly and toothy. They have like horrible
Gross.
toothy maws. I like saying toothy maw. It's fun.
Aw. Cuties.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, it's nasty. But if you with your dodge, I will say that you were able to dodge the majority of it, or so I'm gonna basically half its incoming damage with that.
Did I like jump
'Cause it's
behind
it's like an
one
area
of the
of
other
effect.
guys?
Yeah, basically, yeah. Or you just kind of leapt like up and back.
Human shield.
If that's how you want to describe it, yeah, you absolutely can do that. um, in fact, the human shield you use actually has a shield too.
There you go.
Let me go ahead and roll their dodges. So it is 5 dice and 4 dice. Let's do Johan first. Oh, that's nice. He gets 1 more die. Oop. Oh well, 19. Almost as good as you. Almost. And then the other guy has 4 dice. Wow. Oh, bummer. All right. So he actually just loses one of those 6s. So he is actually at 13. 12. Sorry. Math fail. Okay. So you take half damage. Johan's going to take 3/4 of the damage. And the other guy's going to take full damage. But you can all roll your armor. Does your armor have a roll on it, or is it just a +2 or something?
I'm not sure. Let me look.
You want me to help you find it?
Where would it be at?
There's a section actually, I think, that says armor. Yeah, underneath your advantage and disadvantage special abilities, that box, the next box has
Oh, okay.
a bunch of stuff, and then under that box is armors, and you have soft leather armor. Your armor value is 1d plus 0, so you can roll 1 die and subtract it from whatever damage I declare that you all take.
Got it. Okay.
And the damage of these horrible things that are trying to burrow into you and drink your blood
Gross.
is 5 dice for the room. 5 dice? No, 4 dice. Sorry, I misread that.
So I roll 1d6.
Yeah. Well, hang on. It's going to be first. It's 17 damage, but you're taking half, which does round up. So you're going to take 9, and then you can roll 1d6 and subtract that from the 9.
Okay.
The damage doesn't explode, but the armor doesn't explode either. So you're going to take 7 damage.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And a 7 on the wounds chart is you are now wounded.
Okay.
So you're down 1 die on all activities going forward.
Nope, she's up 1 die in all activities as she is.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Roman
Adrenaline.
candling.
Yes, that is correct. You have adrenaline right now, so you are up a die for this scene within this cell.
Okay.
All right. And then let's see. He has 3 dice of armor for Johan.
How do I mark that on my character sheet? Do I just put the little box up 1 under wounded, or?
Johan is taking. He was supposed to take 3/4, so it's. How do you mark on your character sheet? Just remember, I guess. Whenever you're about to make a roll, I'll try and remind you that you have an extra die. If I forget to remind you, that helps too.
You go down to wounds, and you just oh whoa, no, there's no place to actually write the wound. Huh.
Yeah, that's these character sheets are not the best. The ones that were part of the Roll20 system are kind of meh.
What are the little boxes for next to where it says stunned and wounded and all that then?
Let me pull that up.
Because you can.
Oh, you mean on your character sheet?
It's just to
Yeah.
show you the where your wounds it's to show you the range of your wounds. Like if you have 1 to 3 points of damage, you are stunned. If you have 4 to 8, you are wounded, etc., etc.
Right, and the reason 4 to 8 repeats is it's sort of like you took a 7. So if you take another wound, it'll put you just too severely wounded unless it exceeds 8. I don't know. It makes sense to me. I don't know if I'm explaining it well, but
Okay, it's fine. Let's move forward.
okay. Oh yeah, and I got one more guy to roll. The guy who takes all the damage, but also has some decent armor. His is 2d plus 2. Get that up there. Did I roll? Yeah, I rolled 3 dice for him. Okay. And here is his. Meh. Okay, well, that sucks for him. 17 minus 5 is 12. And according to the Got Wounds chart, that's very bad. He is incapacitated. Essentially, he falls, and let's see if he's able to stay awake or not. That is a stamina, metal, or it's either stamina or metal. He's going to go physique stamina because he has physique and stamina, but not a +2. Take that off, and there we go. Oh yeah, he's awake. He is hurt bad. He is down 3 dice on all interactions. He is awake. As y'all are pulling these things out of you and just, they're awful, and they're trying to burrow deeper in. Let's see, you got a wound. Johan, did he take any wounds? He didn't take any wounds. And then, because he has armor. Yay, armor. And then this guy, this guy may be slightly better off. I just remembered he has another die of armor, or 2 dice of armor because of the shield. Maybe he didn't get severely wounded. He rolled a 5 plus, plus 10, 15 out of 18. He only took 3 points. That is way better. He's not severely wounded. Woo. There's a lot of stuff to remember when you're running a lot of people in this game at once. All right, so 1 to 3 points. He is stunned. Stunned just means he's seeing stars. So he's down. He is down a die, but only for the effect of this round. And y'all can pull those things off you while this is happening. And
Well, yeah, that would be what I'd be doing.
yeah, and Johan is just throwing them on the ground and burning them with a torch. Because kill it with fire.
Yes.
And they are not demons. Whatever they are not resistant to fire. They are burning. And it smells wonderful. As good as burning worms would smell in your imagination. I have no idea what that would smell like, but I don't think it's good.
No, I don't think so.
Just because it sounds super nasty. And
It
she
does.
is now, this is important to no one, dead. Oh, she had a backstory and no one will ever know it. All right. Okay. At this point, guys, you are arriving. Are y'all going to try and y'all, you don't have an earthbender with you, so you're not going to try and go in the back door. You're just going to go in the front door, right?
I guess so. Yeah, we kind of have.
Yeah, and I failed. I called him an earthbender, but you know what? Makes sense. Do you have Riddle with you, or did you leave him at the tavern?
That's probably a Matt question, and Matt is not at his desk.
Well, Matt hasn't had the best luck with animal handling.
Then I'll probably have taken Rudel, because Rudel might just be more familiar with me since I've been traveling with his
So
master.
Rudel's last command from his owner was to go back to the murdered squirrel. He won't necessarily resist coming back to where his owner is, but you do need to explain to him what you want to do in the form of animal handling. Just charisma.
Maybe Matt should do that.
I don't know that either one of you are charisma winners.
Well, I'm not a charisma winner, but I also am incapacitated, so +3 my TN. And then
you also have the option of leaving him there.
I also have animal enmity, which gives me another +3.
Oh no! You know what?
Wow.
In that case, because you'd be traveling with him, it might be better just to leave it behind.
Yeah. Okay.
In fact, if I had remembered that, I would have penalized Corey to try and send him back. I didn't make Corey roll, but if I had remembered that you had animal enmity, I would have.
I had no idea.
Carry you back.
But that's funny.
I forgot he had that on his character. But to make Rudel take him specifically should have been harder.
Right.
So I will say this: you noticed that Rudel didn't want to, but you talked him into it because I forgot to make you roll.
This guy smells funny. Ew.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he smells like. Blood, I believe.
Yeah.
It's
also
very
I also
disturbing.
have a prejudice, but
Oh,
people have a prejudice against me.
Oh, that's
because
a
of-
racial thing, right?
It is.
Let me see. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong guy. I'm looking at Tom. Like, Tom doesn't have animal enmity.
I think I'm the one who has a disadvantage because of my race.
Everybody has disadvantages based on race and on template. The only race with no disadvantages for race is, in fact, the human. But they have no advantages for being a human either, other than, the awesomeness of being a human.
Yeah, well, there's nothing more that a human hates than like a blood mage, and there's nothing more than a human hates than a dwarf, and there's nothing more human hates more than an elf, and there's nothing a human hates more than another human. Damn humans, they ruined humans.
Human PCs have no advantages or disadvantages. The NPCs are going to react to whatever disadvantages you have on your character.
I don't know what the heck you're even talking about, Corey.
Well, he's talking about the fact that all the other races, a lot of the races have prejudices against them.
Yeah, it's a Simpsons quote.
Oh, is it? I didn't know that one.
Yes.
All right. So I guess we're just going to go ahead and say Rule got left behind. The three of you arrive.
Makes sense to me.
Not randomly in the building. I just have to scroll up. Here we go. You are here. You don't see or hear anyone. They're all too far away.
Need to go at this as carefully as we can. Do not have much.
And I won't try and make y'all role play since one of you's gone.
Well, I just did, didn't I?
Well, you
Can
did.
you hear me?
But,
Matt's here.
is Matt back? Oh, I just heard y'all say he was away. I'm
He's
looking
right
at the
there.
map and I'm looking at my notes. I can't look at the screen.
No worries.
I don't
Yeah,
have
I'm-
five screens in front of me.
Matt, don't look at us like, yeah, I'm back. Like you were gone and we needed you.
Yeah, I'm looking at you now, Matt, and seeing that you're muted. So even if you said something, I didn't know. But please.
Well, you
let's
guys were
stay
like in
here.
the middle of like getting face kissed by those like maw worms. I thought, okay,
We're in the
I'll
middle
just,
of an alien
step out for a
movie.
sec. Yep.
You know,
So, in my opinion,
you almost
I think
got
the
really
games,
Scott. Ed.
in my
Yeah,
opinion,
really.
in my opinion, I think the games run better if we all try and spend as much time at the table with everybody else or the virtual table, so that we can be as equally invested in each other's stories rather than looking at it as a turn-based system and leave and come back when it's your turn.
I had to go to the restroom.
yeah.
I understand, but I didn't know you left because I can't actually see you. I'm looking at too many other things. So I don't know that you're not here. I don't know what's going on. And when I get back to you and I'm like, all right, here's y'all's scene and you're not even there, I don't know that. And when you get back, they can't just say, hey, that stuff, everything that happened that you saw happen, we tell you about it because you weren't there. We have to physically recount things that your character probably would have noticed.
You know, in Matt's defense, if there's any place to take a bathroom break, it's when an entirely different people are in a combat that you're not in part of. I can see why he chose that part. That said, like, put a message in the chat. We got to chat so we know that you're gone. Please.
Yeah, I didn't know you were gone. All right. So anyway, lecture time over. I still love you kids. I just have to admit that I'm a little disappointed right now.
I will turn this RPG around.
All right. So, Matt, basically what you missed is y'all are at the place and you didn't bring Rudel because you weren't there to say whether or not you would have tried to use animal handling to bring him. But based on your past experience with animal handling, I decided that you didn't.
Probably fair.
Is that all right with you?
Completely fair.
All right, cool. So y'all are there. If you look on the map, you see that you're in the first room up there. And but I have to get back to them because logically, due to the amount of time that y'all spent doing stuff and then getting back there, they would be further ahead of you. So we got to keep them moving. Okay. They have cleaned off the horror of those burrowing blood larvae, whatever they are.
Gummy worms.
Gummy, that's what they were. They were all gummies.
Ew.
He's still moving really slow and stealthy. But you did tell him that these were empty, and he will confirm that visually now. He doesn't need the stealth person to move ahead on that one. And he gets to about here. And my guards are stacking. There we go. Hey, I managed to do it so that the red guys are alternating which model I used. Totally on purpose, because I'm very not concerned with that at all. I didn't do that on purpose. So at this point, he'll make another search check to see what he hears. That was... I've forgotten how many dice he had. It was 4. I think he had 4 dice. Yeah, that's awful. All right. He goes, it's clear. And he keeps going forward. Let's see. He doesn't know which way to go here, but he knows that's a dead end. So he'll move to here, thinking it's probably empty or there's a dead guy in there based on his perception check. And he'll peek around the corner. And at that point, get the other guy's token back out. I think that guy's name was like Derek or something. Where are you? He's gone. I've lost him. Oh, there he is. It is Derek. Derek, the guy with the burn scar on his face.
Did you say is Gary?
Derek.
Derek, yes.
Jared.
Jared from Subway.
No, this is the other Jared. He's really, really good jeweler. Is that Jared's?
What? Jared's. Jared, the jewelry store?
Yeah. Because the other one's gross. Because I don't.
Yeah, the other one is gross. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, the other Jared is more of a monster than this demon.
Truly. He was like, "Oh, I wouldn't do that. What's wrong with you?"
That guy's kind of fucked up. I wouldn't even let him into hell.
I wouldn't even want to possess him. I want to touch that. You know what he's touched? It's wrong. All right. So, yeah, Derek comes running to the cell. He's like, you got to get me out of here. He seems manic, but he doesn't. But you hear him yelling, but he doesn't sound possessed. At least he's speaking in a human voice, similar to his old voice, except more yelly. I'm not moving you guys. Move yourselves.
That's a great descriptor. Just a little more yelly.
And he will do that. He unlocks the gate. This guy gets out, and he has joined the party.
I hope the king of Vallanthia is alive. Oh, let me move up and get away from this dwarf cell.
Yeah. All right, Sarah, you want to join us?
Yes.
Move your little guy, your little girl, little token. There you go. That's the word, token. I like the gender neutral word, token. All right. He looks in here.
I mean, moving your little guy is like a euphemism, so you don't want to say that too many
Definitely
times.
do not want to say
I
that.
also would like to point out you could have also used the term your little elf
It's
or
true.
knife ear. You could also say knife ear.
What is that from? Is that Skyrim? that
Dragon
uses that?
Age.
No, it's
Dragon
Dragon Age. I was like, I know I was playing a video game when I heard that. I couldn't remember which one. Wasn't Skyrim? Okay.
They're all the same.
I think it's also in Shadowrun, like all the way back in the 90s when Shadowrun the video game came out. I think they also called elves knife ears.
That's cool. I don't know that I ever played the video game. I heard it existed, but I never got to see it.
I loved the Sega game. It was great.
He sees nothing in here. He moves forward. And looks in here. He informs you that this cell is empty and the door is closed. He comes back. So he heads out this way. Y'all did hear that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm very confused why that cell is empty and there's no and the door is closed. I will probably investigate it myself.
Just why I was wanting to make sure y'all understood what I said. Okay.
Okay.
All right. If you want to move yourself up there and investigate it, the guards will let you walk past them
Sure.
if you want to.
I'll go
You're
on
not
up
gonna,
there.
like, clock you in the head with the sword. or anything.
I'll walk to the gate. I'll bang on the doors and I'll say, "Your Majesty, are you there?"
Yeah, Huber. His name was Huber Vallant, or Valon, according to him. Huber Valon.
Yes, Huber Valon, are you there?
Make a search check, I guess,
Oh no.
unless you're doing something else.
No, that's exactly what I'm doing.
All right.
Make a spot naked crazy man.
I have no idea where he is in there, but I get a point of search.
Hey, look at you. Yeah, you can go ahead and mark that on your sheet.
That's my third point of search.
How many? What's your acumen at?
3, so I get a +1 in search.
Yep, you now have search 3D +1.
Yeah, hold on, give me that. Okay, there we go.
Woo! You got slightly better at looking.
Search.
Oh crap! My elven eyes. They work better.
At this point, he's gonna look around and just say, "This all looks new. Is this the area you were talking about? Because I don't remember this room."
Yeah, this is exactly. I'll come on back since I can't find them, and I'll say,
Well, I do remember this room, but I don't remember it continuing on.
yes, this is where we were making more cells. The hallway kind of dead ends over here, and this is where we escaped. And I'll just like open the door.
Show him the secret door. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. I guess keep that hidden for now.
We'll close it back up.
Yes.
The demon was not very good at looking for stuff, so he was bamboozled by it.
All right. He gets to here, and he looks out, and he said it's a dead end. So I mean, I could move all the tokens, but it's not really important. He's gonna go down there, circle back, and tell you that there's nothing there in the little.
So I will go.
There's a little bit more of a room here, in here that I never added in, but you know, as y'all start
I
reading that
will
out.
go ahead and confirm to him that this was the last place we saw the demon. But we had to talk to a lot of people to get to you, Johan, and then we had to prepare. So it could be anywhere now.
He nods. All right. Well, I guess we need to go back and go the other way.
Certainly.
He will bypass all y'all as the apparent leader of the group.
Well, he has the magic sword.
He does have the magic sword. That is not magic, but just Quicksilver. Ah, okay. Unless you want to get really friendly with Derek there.
Sorry,
It's
Devin?
time to move
Is
this
his name Devin?
ever-growing conga line of prisoners and people.
So when he gets to here, and all the guards join him. Hey, can I do that? Oh, I can do that. Look at that. Awesome.
This guy's name is Devin, right?
Devin? You mean Derek?
Derek. Sorry. I'm
You
glad
said
it's
Derek
I'm
already.
glad it's not Devin, because that would be an anagram for devil, and
Not an anagram, but it's certainly similar. All right. He gets to there and he looks and he goes, I see someone. And he points. And Erda, you see a guy in blue, in armor with the Azure Order sash, pointing at you with a sword that's little and dinky looking. Dinky sword.
You should be fleeing. Fight
He
it.
looks back at you guys and goes, all right, I see someone that looks like an elf and he's threatening me.
yeah, exactly.
There's a demon afoot.
There shouldn't be any elves in here, I say back.
Well, there's at least one. And it looks like he has another guy with him and a mushroom man.
That's
Wait.
calm.
Ask him if his name is Erda. If it is, he's with me.
Are you Erda? He points the sword at you.
Yes. And as I said, there's a demon about. Should
Why
be
do you think
much
I'm
more
here?
careful.
I'm with the Azure Order. We kill demons all the time. No problem.
Well, where is he? Has he got enough?
Not this way. He points behind him.
I run
spell?
up. I'll run up, and I'll be like, Erda, thank goodness you're not okay. That is not looking good. You should go lay down.
No, we know a way to bind the demon.
You know a way to bind the demon. Okay, great.
We know the name of the demon. If we can use the name, we can bind it. But
What's his
only
name?
someone who is skilled at the. Do you understand Illyrial?
I can repeat a word.
I don't know that you will have any effect with the word.
I just want to know his name.
It's Valrogar.
Valrugar. Wait, no, is it
Oh,
Valrugar or is it Valrugar? Can I say it like that?
With a K. Valrukar.
Valrugar.
Is it Valka? Like,
Now it sounds like
No.
a dragon shout from Skyrim. Valrukar.
He's not a car salesman.
am I pronouncing it with a bad Elvish accent? What's going on here?
It's not Elvish. It's
I
Elysian.
understand, but I have an Elvish accent when I'm speaking this word, so I'm just wondering.
Yeah, you should just not be so harsh at all.
Valrukar.
Like an angel's name.
So here, you said it was a demon.
Well, yes, but demons are corrupted.
Okay.
You know what? It's a very complex hierarchical system.
You know,
angels and
you
demons
should
are.
talk to this guy. His name is Adrian. No.
Gently?
Adrian Monk.
Huh?
Adrian Monk.
His name-
Roda!
Oh, God,
You talking about Johan?
Johan. Yes, this guy's name is Johan. You should talk to him and tell him your plan.
Listen, Erdrek is going
As lo-
to
hold
be the
on.
one who has to.
Hold on. Before you give him your plan, is this using terrible magic?
Erdrek will have to use the
Right,
magic
shush!
he's learned. Tell him your plan. Now shush your face. That hole here.
So-
shush
Speak.
it.
Don't speak.
So, look. We're trying to find a guy. If there's a guy who can bind demons, apparently he already knows demon magic, and that would be bad for the Azure Order. That's why we have a dagger of True Silver, and True Silver kills demons dead. See that tiny sword he has? That's our plan.
Gonna toothpick him to death.
Well, if you can keep him occupied long enough, perhaps we can help steal him away forever.
We'll do that. So go
Also,
tell
you might
Johan.
want to
So
you might
Johan,
want to hang back with Airdrek and listen to Talm. I'll go talk to them.
Erda's. Yeah, go tell him you're here to help.
I slowly crutch my way over toward this table and then lean on it.
Hey, Ezri, Tom is here.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
I sense much enthusiasm from her. I say in Terran to
I don't think
White
I've
Ape.
ever seen her this excited before.
I'm sorry, it's not you. She was attacked by bloodworms. It was a whole thing. I'm sure she's just in shock.
You have
Or
never heard of
disgusting.
bloodworms.
Oh dear, that's quite awful.
It was, yes.
So-
a woman exploded.
So I couldn't help but overhear your conversation, but from oh dear.
Don't
Well, to help clarify what Erda was saying is that we learned of the demon's name and
Velrukar.
no, not Velrukar. Like the other guy's name,
Airdrek.
Airdrek.
Oh yeah, I know Eldrick.
Like
Airdrek.
Airdrek explained to Airdrek explained that there is a ritual to banish Valrukar, and these scrolls will help us as long as we surround him with these with these symbols.
Oh, we're talking in Terran, right?
Yes.
Great.
If you
okay.
understand Talm, I assume it's Terran.
So yeah, that sounds great and all. You're gonna I'm gonna distract the Azure Order because if they know you're doing this, they say that only demon magic people can banish a demon. So if you banish a demon, you might be imprisoned for being a demon magic user. So be careful about that and try not to get caught using it.
All I'm going to be doing is spreading the symbols around to help Airdrek. He's the one that's going to be casting the magic.
You know, just being the driver, that's not... I didn't steal anything, I was just the driver.
Airdrek will walk up to Erda and in Reptile say, what's going on?
They are trying to fight the demon. They say that they have some true silver, a dagger that they're going to use to slay it.
Oh, well, that works, I guess. He kind of shrugs. He doesn't really know what that means.
Apparently, this item, this weapon, can specifically harm demons, and that is their intention, to destroy it in a
He
fight.
looks at the dagger-sized, like a big dagger, but
Yeah,
still
like a
not
stiletto.
Yeah, but not the size of a full, even a short sword. Really, it's a little too short for that. He looks at that, and he goes, "Did you tell him Valrukar is large?"
I just met him.
Okay. Well, I don't understand what you're saying. So.
I look over at the man and say, "This demon is very large, very strong."
How large? The yawns are in character, by the way, not Howard. I'm fine.
Perhaps 3 stone 4.
Ooh. So he looks back at his men and goes, "All right, so we're going to need like a flanking maneuver. I'm going to need y'all to attack from one side, y'all attack the other side. Leave an opening for me somewhere to maneuver in, because I don't think I'm going to be able to fight him if he's that big all by myself." Anything else I need to know? Is he breathing fire? Does he have like really large like horns, claws?
He's extremely talented
tentacles?
at using demonic magic. He used different forms of mists and some form of control over the dead, perhaps necromancy.
I like walk up. Erda, are you sure you can handle this? Because you don't look good. You're not talking good. I don't
I'll be
think.
fine.
You
We
know,
need to seal it. We need to kill this thing.
this was all your fault to begin with for charging the demon when we all were trying to. We recommended to go get these guys in the first place. This
Something needed to be.
man charged a demon. Just
Johann Alexander goes, "That's impressive. Have you ever considered signing up for the Azure Order?"
it's not impressive.
Oh, I'm impressed by a man who charges the demons. I mean,
Well,
that's
He didn't
especially if he
win.
lives to tell about it.
He only lived to tell about it because I'm his friend.
Well, maybe you should all join.
Like,
Let's all go kill demons together.
So Howard,
Get shields and
while
swords.
Howard, while they're speaking, I'm gonna prepare another entrapment pod to lob against Valrukar. Just like keep on stacking rolls until I can make it powerful enough to ensnare him. So that way, at least they'll have a chance to like stab the dagger in the heart, if possible. If like the spell fails, or if we can at least get Valrukar in the physical,
No.
sense.
Okay.
Would I be able to like start sacking at this point, or
Okay, so explain to me exactly what you're trying to do. I'm sorry.
So you remember-
I don't think I followed.
remember those pods that I made to that I stacked during the battles, and I continued stacking until I made made an accumulated number strong enough to at least hold Valrukar or bind him or immobilize him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if we're going to encounter Valrukar again, I'm hoping
I don't really remember exactly how I read it last time. I may have made an error. Just so you know, for each effect that you have going, you are down one die in your dice pool. So if you had prepared a spell and you're holding it, and you prepare a second spell to stack it, the second one you're going to be down a die in your dice pool each time you try and stack it. I mean, it does allow you still to spend time to prepare a really big spell, but it does get harder and harder to cast each additional stack. Does that make sense?
Okay.
I don't remember what I said last time, but that is actually in the rules under how casting magic works. So if I didn't tell you that last time, that's my bad. There are a lot of rules. I'm not going to remember all of them at the same time, but that is something.
Since time was of the essence, I had to spend a fate point in order to really stack it quickly.
Mm-hmm.
But before we encounter it without having to use character points.
Yeah.
Hmm? So
Well, the fate point
I'll
makes
start
one
with
roll
first.
way easier, absolutely. But it doesn't. But the stacking thing, you're still going to be down a die
Okay.
each time you cast. In other words, let's say Esri uses her thing to cast a stealth effect on you, and then she wants to cast a second stealth effect on someone else who approached later. She can cast it on them, but she is currently one die down on all actions while she's holding that first stealth effect.
Like
And not just
stacking your
magic, all
concentration.
actions. Yeah, it's concentration. Concentrating on
Okay.
a magical effect puts you down a die. It's kind of like being wounded, but it's more like being distracted.
But I thought that you
gotcha.
said that when I did the stealth effect on someone else that it was, you said it would hold without me being there, but I still have to concentrate on
Yeah, you
it.
did have to concentrate on it.
Okay,
Yeah,
got
but
it.
you're still down a die. But you can, if they're all there and you cast it at once, you can cast it on a group of people and as one effect. It's a higher target number, but it still only counts as one die down afterwards while you're concentrating.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, because I know he busted out of a 35 just by flexing, which was my first attempt, and the last attempt was over a 40, which he struggled with, which bought us enough time to escape from him.
Was it really that high? Wow. I
Yeah.
don't remember. It's been a while. I don't have the dice rolls up in front of me. I mean, I could if I scrolled up, but it's not that important.
All right, no worries. I just want to remember my own achievements.
That's cool.
All right.
I mean, The ultimate thing for me when running a game is that everybody's having fun. So if I screw up on some of the rules, but everybody's still enjoying it, then I don't care so much.
Mhm.
Um,
All right, I'll go ahead and begin preparing it.
and it sounds like I screwed up in your favor as far as screwing up the rules. So that works out.
Wow.
No, but this
Well,
unfortunately
If
is
you're
one
gonna
on the wild
screw
die.
up, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, and it looks like,
like
I got a 1 wild die, so it looks like I'm gonna get like another pip
7, 8,
soon.
9, 10, 11. Yeah, you got a. Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Total 8.
Well,
But yes, you do get to add. That's a Messiah podcasting, right? So
yes.
grow plant life gets another +1.
hmm
You want me to add it, or you got it?
Yeah, I
Okay,
got it.
cool.
Yeah, so looks like I'll be getting a 6 die soon.
Nice. Are you
Mhm.
already at +2?
Yeah, I'm already at +2 pip.
Oh yeah, there it is. It's right there in the roll. I should have known. Duh. So yeah, hey, cool. 6 dice. So that you can go to a total of 3 levels in skills. You can do up to 5 in attribute, 3 in skill, and 3 in specialization. The failed the ones are adding to your skill. Once your skill, you have 3 dice in the same skill. That's capped out.
Oh wait, 3 dice in the same skill?
Yeah,
Oh, 3 dice above your stat?
above your attribute.
Okay.
I don't think anybody's there yet.
No.
Okay. But that means you cap out at 5, 3, and 3. That's 11. You should be good at
that's
11
super
dice.
high.
If you've
Yeah.
got 11 dice in a roll and you're failing, it's because you're trying to catch dragons with your hands.
Got him. Got him. I had him for a second. His foot's really big. I couldn't.
Even the dragon
Better
pauses like, hey, that was actually pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to breathe fire on you, of course, but wow, good
Oh,
on
you're
you.
insolent.
All right.
Ballsy. Super ballsy of you. Do that. Fair play, mate.
All right. So, Erdrek asks Erda, what exactly is the plan? What are we doing?
Well, it seems as though that they wish to engage this demon in direct combat, and my associate White Ape believes that if we are to use magic to bind this demon, that they would imprison us for using the same magics that the demon uses to destroy it.
Well, I don't have any magic metal sticks, but I do think that if they're engaged with the demon, or well, he wouldn't say engage. If they're fighting Valrukar, the spell that I've shown you, the ritual, won't hurt them. It would only affect Valrukar. He's named in it.
Then I
And
suggest
he then
we
points at the sigils and that Tom is carrying. He goes, and those are designed for a very sigils are very specific, and those are designed specifically to send Valrukar where he needs to go. But I don't know if you want to try stabbing him, whatever you want to do.
I think we should stay back, let them fight the demon, and while they are distracted, we perform the ritual.
Johan finally goes, "Hey, I know you," and he points at Erdrek. I guess y'all let him out too.
Howard, I don't know if you are aware, but we're hitting hour 3.
Oh, are we?
And you
Yes.
yawned.
No, I'm not. I'm yawning as Johan.
Oh, okay.
There's a character note on here that says he is lethargic.
Right.
So I have been yawning. I said it earlier. I'm not yawning as Howard, but I did notice that we're at 11.
I am yawning as Sarah.
Yeah, it's 1:30 for you. So all right.
It is 1:30 here.
All right. So I guess we'll end on y'all making a plan to kill the demon.
Sure.
Yes.
Sounds great.
I think that is exactly what we needed.
This is the end of the game. Hey, if you're watching, thanks for watching. If you liked it, hit the like button. But you obviously did because you watched the entire thing. So now you're trapped. You have to hit the like button. Remember, if you liked, if you found any part of this interesting, funny, all of those things, give me a time code and I'll make a little short from it. Other than that, thanks for watching, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Okay, don't log out yet, though. I got news for you. Not